Terrific morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It's 7:30 on this Monday.
Yeah, good morning. Let's get to Marie with a look at the forecast. Welcome back.
Yeah.
You were off for a couple of days.
I was. I had a great time. Spent Texas. East Texas, too, where they do talk like that.
Ooh,
yeah.
Town.
It was fun. It was fun out there with the family. I can't keep it going. But it was planes, trains, and automobiles. So definitely. I was in the middle of all that American Airlines mess.
That's right.
Wow.
So, yeah, flights canceled, delayed, canceled. It was a bit of a nightmare, but we got there okay, and we got home okay, so that's the good news. But it was darn tootin' hot. Dog Days of August is here with us for sure. The heat alerts will continue. Sea breeze will keep you nice and comfortable along the coast, not quite as bad, but that heat will intensify a little bit more as we get to this upcoming weekend, especially when we are tapping into a little bit more of that monsoonal moisture. So we'll get more humidity and a chance for some showers over the mountains and deserts. But we've had a couple of days in August already, right? We welcomed the month on Saturday, where we had 2 days in a row now of above average highs. Today will be the third, and so on this week. 91 is what we're expecting, so similar to yesterday for downtown LA. Our sunset time coming up at 7:52 this evening. Let's go back up to Stu and Sky Fox and the crew, get another update on that drive. I know it's back to school for some kids, Stu, so maybe it's a little bit busier because of that. Good morning.
You know what, Maria, that could be the reason why we are seeing a couple more cars on the freeway. Unusually heavy Monday morning for sure. Taking a look at that 10 drive, these cars right there, their headlights, if you can see them, they're making their way westbound, coming around that corner over here at Palms and heading out to the 405. You know, let's just show you the difference between east and westbound as far as that picture goes. You don't have a lot less haze when you've got the sun behind you. And look at that. That ride cleaned up. It became a lot better. We know this for a fact. You got that slow and go starting about Arlington. It's going to make it slow to about the 405. It does open up this morning in Palms. Eastbound your ride, the 405, probably at the top of the screen there, all the way out to the 110. Looking fantastic. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning, Stu. Thanks so much. Police report 3 people died, 7 more injured in a shooting near a recently opened In-N-Out restaurant in Idaho.
Fox News correspondent Max Gordon has the latest.
What happened? What's happening? Shoot. Go. Just go. Go.
A shooting near an In-N-Out fast food restaurant Saturday afternoon in Twin Falls, Idaho left multiple people dead and injured. The restaurant location just opened up last week. Police say the suspected shooter is dead.
The suspect, 24-year-old Chad Williams, is deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Officials say there are hundreds of potential witnesses who may be interviewed.
Based on the information currently available, there are 3 victims that are deceased. 7 others are injured. 2 of those patients have been treated and released. 3 are in stable condition, and 2 are in critical condition.
They say the incident is still under investigation.
At this time, we are still working to determine the full set of circumstances in this incident, including the suspect's actions and possible motivations.
Video shows dozens of employees fleeing the building and what appears to be the suspected shooter holding a long rifle while reaching into a car. Witnesses say they were scared for their lives.
As I was running, I faced the shooter head on, and he pointed the gun at me, and I ducked behind a white car just to have some sort of coverage.
He popped one shot at the vehicle, and that's when I ducked down, told my 2 little brothers to duck down.
The president of In-N-Out sharing in a statement that one of the people who died was an employee, saying in part, she died while taking care of our most important asset, our customers, and her life was taken by a disgusting human who doesn't value the lives of others or his own. Officials say they will release more information as it becomes available. Max Gordon, Fox News.
As you just heard, the In-N-Out opened just about a week ago on July the 24th as part of the company's recent expansion to Idaho. Officials have not released the names and ages of the victims as authorities work to identify relatives.
A recall this morning. More than 120,000 retro refrigerators are being recalled over a fire hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says certain Gallons models can short circuit, sparking fires. The agency has received 34 reports, including 1 deadly fire. The refrigerators were sold at Home Depot and on Amazon. A warning this morning for Marvel fans.
More than 55,000 Marvel-themed popcorn buckets and cups sold at movie theaters nationwide have been recalled. The collectible items feature lights and use coin-sized batteries, posing choking hazards. Customers who bought the recalled product should stop using them and contact the seller for information for a refund or replacement. No injuries have been reported. These look like older ones. This is
that's a Fantastic Four.
That's an Ant-Man, I think, helmet. And then those are Fantastic Four cups. We saw your Spidey cup.
Yeah.
Spidey
really
popcorn
cool.
bucket.
Wasn't that cool? And what I like is it's 2-in-1, so you can have your drink in one hand and the popcorn there, and you yeah.
Oh,
very
so you
smart.
just hold one thing?
It's one thing, and it's
weird.
Has this.
I mean, $50.
Yeah, these popcorn buckets are
These are
they're
a
not
thing
cheap.
now.
They're business. They're collectibles,
yeah,
right?
I'm wondering if I should get the ones I have insured at this point.
People want them, right?
We're starting to collect them over here. Good morning to you. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. And speaking of Spider-Man, brand new day, as you heard last hour, breaking records over the weekend, almost making $1 billion worldwide. Has a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score. But Bob, Jen, what do the people have to say? I asked about brand new day on opening day.
I just don't want to say much, but you got to see it.
Can I see your best web slinger?
I think it was like definitely a 10 out of 10. It feels like we're going back to the Spider-Man that we know from the comic books.
Can I see your best?
Did you love the movie?
I thought the movie was really good. I thought it was exciting. I'm really excited for the next movie. I don't know when it will come out, but I'm looking forward to it.
Liana and Leia, and you guys love Zendaya.
Yes, we love her. We love her and Tom Holland.
I know. Okay, wasn't it cute seeing hubby and wifey in a movie together?
Yes, especially like now that they're like newlyweds. Like I feel like it was so cute. Like their first like movie married. That was really cute.
Can you show me? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the movie?
10 out of 10 anyway.
I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Better than I expected, actually. I liked it.
That's fair.
9 out of 10.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I loved the action. It was really good.
I can't let you leave without come on. Yeah, there you go.
I did so bad.
Whoa! Okay, Spider-Man, send it on back. Send it back. Whoa, got it. Okay, cool. I mean, it is contagious. It was great seeing people going around the theaters over the weekend going,
Aw. Yeah.
You didn't even do it back.
It's like Ethan corrected me this weekend. He's like, no, Jen, or no, Mom, it's this.
It's this. Oh, yeah.
You have to have the three fingers out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And careful where you point that thing.
I know. That's
I was out on the boulevard.
I'm excited about it now.
I love seeing all ages, dads, kids, moms, everyone getting in on it. Maybe later on today I'll show you I did a little man on the street doing trivia. I was practicing.
We saw that on Friday. You're gonna bring that back?
Well, you know, I thought I'd bring it back because it was.
It might not be new to you, but it could
be new to someone else, Bob. So are you giving me the?
No, it's just that the questions were not all that hard.
Really? Because I asked somebody which other actors played Spider-Man, and one guy said Tom Hanks.
Well,
and I said,
what his part?
He would have made a good. He made a good Spider-Man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know a lot, huh? So.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Let's close it
out. What was Spider-Man's most famous line?
With great power becomes great responsibility.
All right.
My spidey senses tingling.
All right. What was Stan Lee going to call Spider-Man before landing on Spider-Man?
Spider-Boy?
Nope.
What was it?
Mosquito Man or Insect Man?
Was this one of the questions that you asked?
No, it's not.
I knew it.
But I'm asking you more. I'm asking you more advanced questions because you seem to be a comic book
What was Spider-Man's favorite subject in school?
Science.
Wow.
I'm guessing.
I don't know. There is no answer.
Oh.
I thought that he got
it right.
There's no real answer.
Well, which actress plays Aunt May?
Currently?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the movie. How would I know?
Oh, she's been in the last 4. Who's Aunt May?
Hey.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, buddy.
I love Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. It rhymes.
What movie is she most famous for?
My Cousin Vinny. Hello.
You know, part of what inspired this, Bob, is Ghost Spider. Ooh,
What is Ghost
I'm not
Spider?
kidding. And the Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
Oh.
The animated series on Disney.
So our newsroom, Spider-Man's a big deal, but our newsroom is saying we're ready for another Miles Morales movie.
I agree. I agree with that.
Same.
Why don't they make a
100%.
movie out of this, like a movie?
Yeah.
Like a live action.
Oh, yeah, I love
The
Miles
reviews online, by the way, have been really good for Spider-Man.
Yeah, very positive.
Yeah, that I've seen on social media.
90%
That I've seen on
Rotten
social media.
Tomato, 98% on the popcorn meter. So go see it. I mean, it's going to probably most likely, I mean, come on, it's going to be #1 again next weekend. But try to get your tickets now.
All right. Stu, are you going to watch Spider-Man?
You know, I am. I got my son Nick actually went and watched it over the weekend. He said it was amazing. Taking a peek at that beautiful lineage. The work continues over there, but we're here to talk about traffic. This one brought to us by Jacoby and Myers Injury Lawyers. Well, if we're looking at lineage, you know we're in Boyle Heights. That's going to be the 5 right there, northbound 5. Little slow and go coming away from the 710. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a tough drive. Southbound, kind of the same deal. It's a busy, busy Monday out there. Most of these roads, if they're not yellow, they're going to be red. So give yourself a little extra time. A couple fatalities out there, so everybody just be safe this morning. It's been a crazy ride. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Jacoby and Myers has been protecting the hardworking people of California for over 50 years, and we've recovered more than $2 billion in settlements for our clients' injuries. If you've been injured in an accident, Jacoby and Myers will fight for the justice you deserve.
YouTube.
Amazon says it's giving some of its tariff refunds back to customers.
This after many of President Trump's tariffs were struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court. Amazon leaders say the company has received about $600 million worth of refunds. You don't need to do anything to get the refund. The company says it will contact buyers directly if they're eligible. Walmart, Target, and Costco have all applied for those refunds.
American Airlines has changed its flight cancellation and refund policy, potentially making it more restrictive for flyers. The airline put a new policy into effect requiring customers to buy a ticket at least 7 days prior to departure in order to qualify for a refund if the ticket is canceled within 24 hours of purchase. The previous policy allowed those who purchased a ticket at least 2 days prior to departure. The new change is now more restrictive and potentially prevents passengers from getting their money back if flights are disrupted.
Well, if you've flown recently, you probably have noticed this. Flights are expensive, and all indications are they're likely to stay that way. An analysis from the Wall Street Journal showed airfares were up more than 26% in June compared to the same time last year. Air carriers are expecting their fuel bills to continue to rise by billions of dollars because of the war with Iran, causing airfares to stay higher than average, at least through the rest of the year. Nonetheless, airlines say customers are still booking flights even with the higher cost.
They don't have a choice,
airfare.
you know? I mean, you either fly or you don't.
Some might not have a choice. Some are going on vacation. They want to go on their vacations, and there is no incentive to bring these prices down.
Yeah.
Resources from Southern California have now been sent to eastern Washington state to help with the fast-moving wildfires there.
California Complex Incident Management Team 7 is one of 2 California-based teams responding. The wildfires in Spokane have burned 600 structures and forced at least 60,000 evacuations. Thick smoke filled the sky as flames tore through trees, creating life-threatening conditions for nearby neighborhoods. It has burned about 8.2 square miles. The National Weather Service has issued, quote, particularly dangerous situation red flag alert for eastern Washington. Officials also cite strong winds, which has made containment challenging.
We all hear PDS. It's like we have PTSD from PDS, right?
We do, absolutely. Firefighters hoping to take advantage, by the way, of just slight improvement in the weather there in Spokane today, and hopefully can try to get a handle a little bit more on that fire situation today as those winds start to back down, but it'll be back up with some really hot temperatures expected. For us, we've got the heat that's going to continue. We have elevated fire weather as well when we talk about this high heat and some breezy conditions in the afternoon. Good Day LA weather is brought to you by My Home Sold. Speaking of Washington, if you are headed to the Pacific Northwest, temperatures in the upper 70s there in Seattle, closer to the coast, 88 in Portland, 78 in San Francisco, but 91 expected here in downtown LA. We're looking at some hot conditions here across most of the country. In Denver, 99 degrees, 100 in Oklahoma City. Look at Omaha, 92 degrees there. Minneapolis in the upper 80s, but we do have a storm system getting ready to move in to cool things down there in the upper Midwest. Otherwise, for us, we've got some very patchy clouds. That's about it. High pressure, this big dome of high pressure continues to dominate our weather. The position of that high kind of dictating whether we get some more of the instability or not. Right now, it's not really pushing up all of that monsoonal moisture that's staying for the most part over Arizona, but the hot conditions does continue for us. That high will shift a little bit farther west as we get into this upcoming weekend. That means not just the heat will be with us, but also more humidity and a little bit of instability. So we are increasing that chance to about 20% for some storms over the mountains and deserts as we get to the end of this week and the weekend. In the meantime, we have some improvement as far as heat alerts go along the coast or within a couple miles or so of the coastline. We're getting that onshore flow and that sea breeze, so that heat advisory was allowed to expire there. However, that being said, we still have plenty of heat advisories the farther inland you go, extreme heat warnings for plenty of those triple digits here in that pink color, 100 to 110 possible out towards the Inland Empire, even 1-teens today in the Coachella Valley, about 114. I'll show you that in the 7-day in just a few moments. So temperatures on the sand a little bit better with that sea breeze, mid to upper 70s. Maybe water temperatures very similar in the upper 70s as well. Surf heights have come down a little bit, 2 to 4 feet for LA County beaches, otherwise 1 to 3 Elsewhere, we have been looking to the southern hemisphere for storms. As you know, it's winter down in the southern hemisphere, so it is generating these storms that we are picking up. There's one that I'm watching that's going to generate some swells for us as we get into Friday, Saturday of this upcoming weekend. So higher energy moving into our coastline, so we'll likely see another round of high surf. Otherwise, right now we're looking at some good conditions with moderate rip current risks. 91 for downtown LA today, stepping down to around 87 on Thursday. So there's a little tiny bit of relief there, but we're going to get back to the upper 80s by the weekend. 102 in the valleys and the Inland Empire, down to 100 perhaps on Thursday, and then a little humidity, increasing humidity as we get to the end of the week. 88 in the mountains and Big Bear, so warm. Similar conditions tomorrow, and then we've got a little more humidity and instability with that 20% chance for showers. So if you have hiking plans going up to the high country, please keep that in mind as you plan for your afternoons. 106 in the high desert today to 114 in Palm Springs, maybe down to 112 by Wednesday, Thursday, and then some clouds and maybe a chance for some storms there for the weekend as well. 10% at this point. We've left it out of the forecast, but just in case you're planning ahead. Let's do some TV shout outs before you head out the door. Gorgeous photos. Here, a happy 43rd birthday to Gracie. Have a beautiful day. We love you mucho, says Natalie. Also Art, Leilani, Papa, King, Sire, Gilbert, and Mom. Love that. So much love in the family here. And then, oh, look at this cutie pie. Big 5. All I want for Christmas is my front teeth.
So
it's
cute.
that time, right? Look at the dimple. Happy birthday, Carter Ace, Gigi, Diana, and Papa Jerry. Love you so much. Some of your photos, and I'll add you to the list here. I know I can't get it sometimes right on the day of your birthday, but I always try. You can email us your pics, tvshoutouts@fox.com. Make sure you include the photo, attach the photo, give us their name, how to pronounce it, a little tidbit of info we can share. Okay?
Awesome. Thanks, Maria.
All right, I'll send it back to you.
Let's get to some good news this morning. A little boy awaiting a heart transplant at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta got a big surprise he won't soon forget.
So he's obsessed with Toy Story, right? Doctors gave him the all clear so he could go see the brand new movie in theaters.
This is 4-year-old, and he has a long journey ahead, but he's keeping his chin up. Fox says Rob DiRenzo has his story.
If you ask 4-year-old Jace Connor, he has two passions in life.
Buzz Lightyear and Woody.
Who's who? Who's this?
Buzz Lightyear.
So it absolutely devastated Jace when he thought he might not be able to see the new Toy Story 5. He's been in and out of rooms at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta pretty much all of his life. Doctors here say he needs a new heart.
We discovered that he has a condition called left ventricular non-compaction cardiomyopathy.
Dr. Chad Mao says that basically means his heart doesn't squeeze as strong as it should. He's been on a heart transplant list since 2023.
Probably the most important thing for us is finding a donor whose heart is the appropriate size.
There's a snake in my boat.
Jace's parents, Jamar and Katie, say over the years the series was just always on in a lot of hospital rooms, so he fell in love.
Yeah, Toy Story was just one of the ones that stuck. The first one we watched, he wanted to watch it. That was one of the first movies he wanted to watch over and over and over.
So, Jace, I have to ask you, do you like Buzz Lightyear or Woody more?
I like all of them.
Just when he thought he wouldn't be able to see Toy Story 5, doctors were able to send him home with medicine as he waits for a new heart. So he made it to the movie with his Woody costume on, alongside his best friend, Lily.
It's a little confusing sometimes, you know, because he looks and acts just normal, like a normal little 4-year-old boy would.
The danger is that sometimes time is not on our side.
The doctors say eventually, without intervention, Jace's heart will get sicker.
They're just waiting for the perfect match and keeping him stable. It's day by day.
Right now, something as simple as a common cold could cause serious complications.
What's the first thing you want to do when you get a new heart?
Run.
You run?
You want to run?
Outside.
Outside. What else?
And jump.
And jump.
In the meantime, little things like going to the movies mean the absolute world to Jace. And seeing the joy in his eyes means the world to his dad.
There is hope. There's a lot of hope.
Hope that springs to infinity and beyond. In Atlanta, Rob DiRenzo, Fox News.
still a lovely time to be in Catalina.
It is. Listen, it was crowded.
Still a lovely time.
It's crowded in the summer, but Bobby, I think you would enjoy Hamilton Cove. It's a little private. It's more private.
The last time I went there, trying to get on the ferry, it wasn't that bad. But recently, I saw the line to get onto the ferry, and I was like, wow.
Did you spritz yourself?
You can afford it.
I can smell you now.
You can afford to take the chopper.
I showered this morning.
It smells good.
Bob, you can afford it. Take the helicopter over.
Yeah,
oh,
Bob.
God. How much is that?
You know, if you do the math, I actually don't think it's much more if you have like a party of 4.
Oh, if you get a group.
Yeah,
okay.
if you get a group. Yeah. Anyway, one of our crew went to Catalina on my recommendation, so I'm so glad they had a great time.
Proud of you.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite islands, as you know. Let's talk about the weather, because it was hot in Catalina, it was hot here, and it's continuing to be quite hot as we start a new month here in August. We have a little bit of an onshore flow. You saw those arrows, so we get a little bit of sea breeze. If you're at the beach or within a few miles of the beach, then you're getting some of that relief from the heat inland. But inland, oof, it's almost 90 in Palmdale right now, 70 in Burbank, 72 in Woodland Hills. Look at Palm Springs, already in the 90s. It's in the mid-70s in Big Bear. A lot of people don't have air conditioning up in Big Bear. A lot of people don't have air conditioning at the coast. And so you really want to make sure you take the necessary precautions to stay cool, stay heat safe, guys, especially here in the Coachella Valley today. 114, that extreme heat warning will continue. 106 in the high desert. And then eventually up at the lake in Big Bear, 88. 91 today for downtown LA, similar to yesterday. 102 in the valleys in the Inland Empire. And then along the coast today in the upper 70s. We'll talk more about the heat and the extended outlook when I come back, but first I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. A frightening discovery overnight in the San Bernardino Valley. A man found shot to death in the middle of a Van Nuys street.
We have Mario Ramirez live in Van Nuys now with the latest on the investigation. Mario.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. Jen, I just talked to a nearby resident who says she heard about 3 to 4 gunshots. This was around 1:20 in the morning, she says, and around 2 o'clock is when another resident found a body here along Murrieta Avenue near Hart Street, and you can see that white tent down the street. That is where the body was found, along with shell casing, where it appears the gunfire rang out, leaving the victim dead. Let's go to video here overnight. Just after 2 o'clock this morning, officers were dispatched to what was initially reported as a possible stabbing after a person driving through the neighborhood looking for a parking space found a man lying in the middle of the street and called 911. But when officers and paramedics arrived, investigators did determine the man had actually been shot. Paramedics pronouncing him dead at the scene. The victim not being identified, only described as a John Doe. His age still unknown. Detectives recovering multiple shell casings, confirming that a shooting happened here. They've also found a toolbox about 50 feet from the victim, but right now they don't know if it has any connection to the case. And we talked to that woman who called 911. This is what she told us this morning.
I found a body dead. I feel bad he died. I feel bad. It's he was so young, he died. I was gonna park the car over there, and then me and my husband found him. I think it was faking, I don't know. I didn't get off. We didn't get off to what's going on. And then my husband says the body was have blood in the head, I don't know. And we went straight to find, we went over there to the street to find the parking. And then I called the police.
Now, again, some people did hear gunshots, telling police they heard multiple gunshots overnight, but detectives say they have not yet been able to pinpoint exactly when the shooting happened. If we come back out here live, you can see one of at least 2 cameras in the tree there. I was talking to some residents. They know the homeowner here, Marta, who operates those cameras, and she says, or at least the residents say, that she put them up there because there have been a lot of parking issues here on the street, and they're still looking for any potential surveillance video that captured exactly what happened, asking anyone to contact the LAPD if that is the case. For now, the investigation continues. Live here in Van Nuys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. So happening today, prosecutors are expected to announce charges in a fatal kidnapping that happened in Chino Hills. Jean-Quan Bo was arrested after this shocking incident, which was all caught on camera. Home security video appeared to capture the moment Bo's brother shot into a car trunk, leading deputies to open fire, killing him. 60-year-old Shakur Ikaber was found dead inside that trunk. Investigators say the suspects lured Ikaber out of his Chino Hills home last Wednesday by cutting the power. Authorities have not discussed a motive, only saying the shooter and the victim knew each other through a prior working relationship.
New details on a deadly mass shooting at an Idaho In-N-Out on Saturday. Investigators believe the suspected shooter, 24-year-old Chad Williams, acted alone and died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And all 3 people were killed, including an employee. 7 more were injured, 2 remain in critical condition. Police credit an off-duty state trooper and an armed citizen for both firing back, preventing further casualties. Witnesses say they were scared for their lives.
As I was running, I faced the shooter head on, and he pointed the gun at me, and I ducked behind a white car just to have some sort of coverage.
He popped one shot at the vehicle, and that's when I ducked down, told my 2 little brothers to duck down.
Police say they're still working to determine the shooter's motives.
Resources from Southern California have been sent to eastern Washington state to help with fast-moving wildfires there. More than a dozen fires are burning in and around Spokane, prompting mandatory evacuations, also a declaration of emergency from the governor. This is video you're looking at right now of the Old Trails fire in northwest Spokane. At least 600 structures in eastern Washington have been destroyed by the fire. About 60,000 people have been evacuated. California Complex Incident Management Team 7 is one of the 2 California-based teams responding.
New this morning, Todd Blanche is back on track to become Attorney General after 2 Republican senators dropped their opposition. They had been holding up his nomination over a controversial deal tied to President Trump, including a proposed fund for Trump allies and questions about IRS audit protections. Blanche agreed to scrap the fund and put it in writing that the audit provision applies only to past tax matters. Blanche's nomination is now expected to move forward. Hundreds of people living in Boyle Heights are suing Lineage Incorporated over that massive June warehouse fire. Residents say toxic smoke and chemicals forced evacuations, damaged homes, and caused health problems like coughing and wheezing. The new lawsuit is filed by people in Boyle Heights, East LA, the City of Commerce, and Montebello. Officials believe the fire may have started during rooftop solar panel testing. Lineage faces an August 14th deadline to finish cleaning up the site. As of Friday, Lineage says crews have cleared more than 63% of the 85 million pounds of food stored inside.
All right, as the Dodgers chase a historic 3-peat, they had eyes for just 1 trade target over the weekend.
Big news here. They got him. Sandra Endo is here with the latest on this trade to acquire what they're calling a generational talent.
This is going to be amazing, right? I hope they can do it. A 3-peat. Let's go. The 2-time defending champs traded for Tigers ace and 2-time Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal, adding to their already loaded rotation. So he is joining the team. They met him in the dugout yesterday during the team's game against the Boston Red Sox. Skubal has been the ace of the Tigers rotation for a few years now, and so far this season he's 7-5. The 29-year-old will bolster what is now arguably the best rotation in baseball, which includes Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and of course Shohei Ohtani. Here's how the Dodgers clubhouse reacted to the blockbuster trade.
Obviously, we were of the mind to be aggressive and try to get a deal done. I mean, we were of the mind to be aggressive for 1 player. This deadline, unfortunately, we were able to line up.
Obviously, you can feel the energy, the excitement, you know, the buzz, and this was a different year in the sense that it was Skubal or nothing.
When you get a 2-time Cy Young Award winner to be starting for you every single week, it just makes our chances of winning another World Series that much better. It's still baseball. I still got to go out there and play. We get that, but when you can acquire a guy like that, it's huge.
What do you see when you look at him pitcher to pitcher?
You know, I think he's just a guy that's always on the attack with really incredible velocity and stuff. I mean, it's left-handed alone. Like, he might be probably the #1 left-hander in the league, right? So just adding that kind of guy to an already stout rotation is going to be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Skubal will take the mound for the first time in Dodger blue tomorrow in a road game against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. So we all want to know, how did this happen, right? The deadline was Monday. It doesn't just come down to money, of course. The Dodgers proving they also have the best farm system in the country. They traded 3 prospects in the deal, and President Andrew Friedman, as you heard right there, being super aggressive in his pursuit to get the best player out there, not only to add to the Dodger lineup, but to also take away that talent from the rest of the competition. So a lot of strategery, right, as they like to say. It's strategy, you know, and you want to win.
Yeah. Caused a lot of noise over the weekend, I can tell you that much. You saw
Your
on
phone
social
was blowing
media.
up, huh?
Well, if on social media, you know, people who are not Dodger fans, you know, it gives them more ammunition to dislike
Saying they're
the
buying
Dodgers.
on the best talent.
Yes.
Of course they're going to be the best team because they have the money
out
behind
there.
it.
Come on.
But the bottom line is, any organization out there could have done it. I mean, you could make the same trade and be aggressive too. If you
and that's what they were waiting on, you know. They were waiting to see if anyone else was going to match that or perhaps get a better offer out there, but clearly it didn't happen.
Skubal had also said he wanted to be a Dodger.
Who wouldn't want to, right?
So,
play for the winning team.
Neener. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
All is
Hey,
fair.
Stu. Are you happy about the trade?
Hey, good. What?
Like what we're talking about?
Are you happy about the trade?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I am.
great.
Dodgers,
That's good to
local
hear.
Sports team.
Yeah.
Woo. Yes. This traffic report brought to us by My Home Sold. Take a look at that 101. What is going on? Well, I got to tell you, if you're heading northbound on the 101 freeway, that's just, you know, generic slowing coming away from the 405. Southbound, well, I got some news for you. You got some folks out there on one of those pedestrian bridges with their political message this morning, and it's creating a huge backup because once you pass that pedestrian bridge wide open and moving well, I was like, what is going on with the 101 over at the 405? So it's very slow and go through Tarzana and Encino. Once you pass that little incident right about Balboa, it does open up for a little bit to the 405 and into the Studio City area. Just keep that in mind for the West Valley Drive on the 101. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
let's go for a little ride, like a virtual ride with Stu and the crew and Sky Fox. Look, this is right about this time. Sky Fox starts to get into landing position. Oh, it's like a ride.
It is a ride. They're riding inside a helicopter.
For them, it's literally a ride, but for us, it's like a ride. Hello. He's gonna land it on this pallet, I think, right? Am I right or wrong?
They land on a pallet?
Well, there's a pallet.
There is a pallet. There is a pallet, but I don't know if they land on it or if they just do work on it. I think they're going for the pallet.
I believe they land on the pallet.
I think they're landing on the pallet.
I know you've been there, Jen. And
that is a sickening ride, let me tell you.
There's the pallet.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. Is that the pallet? No, I don't know.
No, that's not the pallet.
Yeah, that's not the pallet. But there is a pallet where they land and then they
Somebody
push
say
it
pallet one more time.
into the hangar. Oh, that is the pallet.
Is it?
There we go. Take a drink. They're going to circle around.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, see, we've done.
And it's on wheels?
There it goes. Yeah, they push it back into the hangar.
Whoa.
That's
cool. Hey, Bob, you can eat it. This is the no parking there because
who's flying the plane? Do we know today? Who's the pilot?
Well,
is it Dylan?
Usually has either Dylan or
Jeff.
Yes.
It's Dylan.
Dylan from Down Under.
Aussie.
Aussie. In the Sky Fox chopper. I love those shots. I remember back in the day, I would always like the camera that's on the side. There's cameras all around Sky Fox, so that's fun. Anyway, thank you for doing that ride with us. Hello and happy August. We started a new month this past weekend, and today is officially the first Monday of the month, and so we like to give you the climate data here. On average, 84 is the high temperature. It's the hottest month of the year on average, driest month of the year. We don't really get much rain, and overnight lows typically in the mid-60s. This is for downtown LA. Of course, right now we're looking at another round of really hot temperatures. We've been talking about a heat wave after heat wave, and this big dome of high pressure continues to dominate our weather. So we are in it now, the dog days of summer, the dog days of August, very hot as you get into the inland areas. So the farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. And of course, along the coast, we get a little bit of that sea breeze actually. So we'll get a little relief if you are there, that onshore flow. But those heat alerts are continuing, especially inland. High pressure will build back as we get to this upcoming weekend. That's going to pick up some of that moisture and some of that instability. So there's a chance for some showers as we get to the weekend for the mountains and deserts. Speaking of, this is where all the extreme heat warnings are in effect in the pink, heat advisories elsewhere, and a high of 82 in Inglewood today to 116 in Indio. I'll send it back to you, too.
All right, Maria, thank you. So few restaurants have been a part of LA history quite like Cantor's Deli.
Well, today the family-owned restaurant celebrating 95 years with a throwback deal. Joining us now, Cantor's co-owner Mark Cantor. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Give me some.
I know.
Look at that pastrami. That's a fat stack right there.
Yeah.
Woo!
Tell us about the deal.
Well, today you're going to get a pastrami sandwich on rye with mustard, a coleslaw, and a chocolate chip cookie, which we call rugula, and a homemade pickle that we make here for 95 cents starting 6 p.m. until midnight tonight.
What makes that
We're celebrating 95...
I was wondering
95 years in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What makes that sandwich so beloved?
There's a lot of nuances that go into this. Is how long you steam it, how you cook it, how you, of course, how you make it to begin with, the recipe, and the rye bread we bake here on premises, and it's a specialty item. It's hard to find. Delis are disappearing because they're too hard to take care of.
Yep.
You really have to have a passion for it. And, my grandfather put in 50 years. My father put in 65 years. I've already been here 44 years. So it's in the blood, and it's a passion.
Has it gotten, I mean, especially being here in LA, it's a tough market as is, but what would you say is like the secret sauce to keeping open a place like this, especially a deli like this?
There's about 120 employees that work here, so a lot of them have been here 40, 50, 60 years even. We have one guy here 62 years.
Wow.
It's just, you have to come every day, and you have to just dive in and take care of things. It can't be run remotely. You have to be here in person, and you just have to there's a lot of details that make it happen, and there's a lot of obstacles in the way that you got to hop over to make it work. But in the end, that's what we do. We get it done.
Yeah, you know what? One thing about Cantor's, it truly is like an LA institution, and people come from near and far just to come to Cantor's. And I remember, Mark, during 5 years ago when we had our riots and things like that, and I remember like during the protests, and I was walking by, and some of your employees, your doors were open. People were like, if you need to use the restroom, they were handing out food and water and all this other stuff. So truly, your restaurant has become part of Los Angeles and part of the community.
Right, I was the one handing out those bottles of water.
I thought I recognized you.
Trying to keep the peace. But it's true, they were protesting and making craziness going on outside, but they were then coming in to eat too. So, it is what it is. But yes, you were right what you said earlier. We get a lot of tourists that, because we are world famous, and people do come here, and it's where a lot of places through the country you can't get deli food. And so when they get to Los Angeles, the first thing they do is come to a good deli, and they know they're going to get it. So, New York, you can find deli, and Los Angeles. In between, it's hard. So, we do see a lot of tourists here coming.
Can I ask you this? What makes a good deli pickle? Because I feel like they're just different at the deli.
Well, actually, our recipe doesn't call for vinegar, so it's basically you use fresh pickling cucumbers, water, salt, pickling spices, bay leaves, fresh garlic, dill, and hot chili pepper that we grind ourselves, Chinese chili pepper. So it's a 5-day process. In the winter, it might take a little longer just because it's cooler, the weather outside, but when they're ready, you put them in the refrigerator, and they're ready to go.
Now, Mark, I respect the fact that you're not gatekeeping this. You could have easily said it's a family recipe and had stopped there, but no.
Well, it is what it is. That's what it is. A lot of people don't, even if you give the recipe up, people don't have the room to make pickles.
That's right. That's right.
And the knowledge on how to do it. It's passed down from generation to generation. When my grandparents came here, they were selling corned beef sandwiches off of a cart for 10 cents a piece.
Whoa.
In the late teens. And then, by 1924, they had their first stores in Jersey City, but they moved to Los Angeles in 1931, and that's what we're celebrating is the 95 years in Los Angeles.
Really quickly,
it's a passion.
Yeah.
Really quickly, are you going to be able to handle the crowds here? 95 cents. They're going to be going in their droves tonight.
There is going to be long lines, but we can seat 350 people here, so there's going to be tables constantly getting up as people are coming in. So it shouldn't be that. Maybe I don't know. I'm going to estimate it. It depends on what time of the night or the busy parts, but maybe a 20-minute or 30-minute wait. I don't. We've done this in the past for different milestones, and it usually, we're a well-oiled machine. We know we know how much we need. We know what to do. We have the manpower, so we knock them out.
You know how to feed the masses. Mark, thank you.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you for having us.
Happy anniversary.
95 years.
We'll be right back.
The Powerball jackpot has climbed to over $748 million. Okay, so we did ask you in our poll question of the day, if you won the Powerball, what is your first move? Is it pay off the debt, go shopping, retire early, book a vacation?
Oh, a lot of you got some debt going on, huh?
I mean, it's like
you got some. You
say pay off the debt,
you
but
got some bookies
it's
you gotta
completely,
pay
it doesn't
off?
even. If you have debt, it doesn't even matter anymore. It's like you could just wait, whatever, because you have so much money.
But that's the first thing you would pay off, right?
Isn't
it
does
to
it just
clear
feel good or whatever?
To get your credit score up, to clear all
what
of
your...
What
do you care about credit?
It doesn't matter.
Getting money from the bank.
It's a principle thing, Bob. It's a principle. Okay, so let's get to some comments. Roger from Grand Terrace, I would pay off all my family's debts, send them on a trip, and while they were gone, I'll pack up and move and be gone when they get back.
Where would you go, Roger?
That is like equal parts charitable and diabolical.
Our friend Tara from Beaumont.
Yes.
Vacation, of course.
Yes.
When I win the lottery, I'm taking everybody on a dream vacation.
Ooh.
Where do you want to go? Can we go, Tara?
Can we come?
I say at least 3 months vacation. That's right. Let's explore this
that.
beautiful earth, eat fancy foods, then pay off bills and focus on
Oh my gosh, Tara, we're coming with.
We are.
And I think we have one more. Do we have one more?
Nope.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it. All right. Yeah,
Send us your
Tara.
comments.
Like
Let us know why you voted the way you did.
Okay, we'll be right back. Off of everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything is
bigger in Texas.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
I remember this.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Nebraska Furniture Mart?
No. No.
Oh my
Everything
God.
is bigger.
Is Nebraska furniture mart in Texas?
Yes. And there's like, it's got to be like 2 times the size of an IKEA.
Yeah. I went to Cracker Barrel.
But ooh, is it good?
And
the breakfast?
I just always love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know, on Monday,
biscuits and gravy.
I had chicken fried steak.
Yes.
Before you get into the weather, what's the weather Monday? I like to say, what did we watch over the weekend Monday? Like, because you know the weekend's a good time to catch up. And you watch a show that I've watched as well.
I binged and watched all episodes of DTF St. Louis,
which is on HBO Max.
So good.
What is DTF now?
It's down to
have fun.
Have fun. Have fun. Roller coaster. Down to have fun.
I watched.
So good. So good.
Masters of the Universe.
Not so good.
Not so great for you,
good.
huh? Scale 1 to 10?
It's like a 5 or.
Ooh,
That's
5.
That's not good. I watched the new Paw Patrol movie.
Oh yeah.
Paw Patrol.
Scale of 1 to 10.
That was a banger. It was a banger. It was 10 out of 10. For me, it was 10 out of 10.
What did you watch, Amanda?
What'd you watch?
I love the show, and I can't recommend it enough because I had my mom watch it with me. Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV.
Is that John Hamm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Olivia Munn, Amanda Peet. Such a good show.
Okay.
You're a John Hammist. You know?
I am when I met him, I said, it's Amanda.
Okay. It's on my list.
What was
it's on
his
my
reaction?
list, Amanda.
He's one of those who hits the H's, so he goes, Amanda. Amazing.
We love John Hamm. We do.
We do.
All right, on that note, let me talk about the weather. You three can carry on, you know, as you usually do. I'll walk over to the green screen. Let's talk about the heat. And John Hamm, the heat. Yes, it continues. The heat alerts, we've got it. Except for the coastal communities. If you're at the coast, if you're at the beach, then you're getting that sea breeze. So that's helping you a little bit, right, with some relief from the heat. But the heat will return even at the coast as we get into this upcoming weekend. There's even some instability returning and a chance for some thunderstorms or some monsoons anyway, 10 to 20%, depending on where you are. We started a new month this weekend. Saturday was the first, and we got up to high of 94 in downtown LA. Yesterday it was 91. Today, similar conditions, although some areas will step down those temperatures as we get to tomorrow and Wednesday. So a little relief, if you can call it that, with the temperatures before it heats back up again this coming weekend. 91 for downtown today. That's above the average of 83. Our sunset time coming up at 7:52 this evening. These are the highs we're expecting today. 102 in Woodland Hills, 92 in Burbank, 82 in Santa Ana. Looking at Huntington Beach, 79, 100 Riverside to 114 in Palm Springs, and 88 in Big Bear. All right, I'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. In the meantime, I'm going to interrupt your fun over there and send it back to you.
Bob was just telling us a mad boring story.
I thought it was a good story. They said it was mad boring. I was like...
If you say you woke up this morning and went to the store, so I woke up. It was about, I don't know, 5:55.
Right. All these extraneous details that we don't need.
Fine. I won't tell you any more stories.
Oh, look who's sensy today. Oh. No, someone said we had to be more nicer.
You know what? That is right. And we're going to practice what we preach.
Who was someone?
It was someone online.
It's fine. Speaking of interrupting fun, it's back to school this morning in the San Bernardino City Unified School District already.
Some kids love it. Some parents love it. Rachel Aragon's live at Pacific High School with one of 10 high schools in the district. You're smiling this morning.
I'm smiling because we are at Pacific High School here again, home of the Pirates. I got my pirate purple on this morning because we were excited for the first day of school for the San Bernardino City Unified School District. And here with us this morning, Bob and Jen, is the principal here at Pacific High School, Dr. Natalie Raimundo. Thank you so much.
Of course. Good morning.
What is your message to those freshmen who might have a little bit of nerves but are so excited to start this journey today?
We are so excited to welcome our new Pirates. We expect excellence, but we are here to serve you and support you achieve your dreams. You deserve the best education, and we're ready for you.
This is a stunning high school, and there's some new facilities, I understand, for these students. A library, performing arts facility.
Yes, we've been, the last 10 years, receiving a lot of construction, a lot of revamps to our facilities. So our outsides match our insides, I like to say, because we have excellent programs available for students.
First day of school is always so exciting, because I remember when I was in high school, you want to see who your sitting next to, who's going to be in your class. But this high school here really focuses on college preparation.
Yes. So one of the things we're known for is we have an exemplary dual enrollment program award from the state of California. About 330 of our 1,450 students are starting today with college classes in their schedule. So they graduate from high school with college credits for free.
That's amazing. And so 1,400 students today starting off class. Let's talk about, we're easing them in today, first day of school, 1:30 or so, dismissal. What's today really about in the focus?
So first day of school, it's a minimum day both for teachers and for students to ease them in. But they learn about their teachers, get to know you. They do some things like community circles, get to know each other. Just a little snippet of what school's going to be like, and then we get really into it tomorrow.
Leslie, your favorite part about today? I saw a lot of students kind of trying to figure out where classes are, saying good morning.
So it's kind of a toss-up, either last first day of school for our seniors or first day of high school for not only our students but their parents. So I had to ease some parents away, and they were excited this morning too.
Dr. Raimundo, thank you so much. And I have to tell you guys, a couple students actually approached me with my purple asking where biology class was, the cafeteria. I had to defer to you, Dr. Raimundo, but it's a very exciting day here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll show you some more classrooms and facilities throughout the morning. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Miss Aragon.
I know.
Where's the bathroom, Miss Aragon?
We love that you got the memo.
I like that.
You owned it this morning.
Yeah. Same shade.
I did my research. I was a good student.
Aw,
Lean into
There we
it.
go.
Were you a good student? Were you like a...
Are you kidding me?
I'm just asking. I don't know.
I'll send you my transcripts, Bob. How about that? We'll do that.
That's good. Don't threaten him with a good
I'm sure
time.
she was.
That's a good time. Well, Miss Aragon has a good ring to it, and you know, an apple a day, that's the doctor.
That's the doctor.
That's the doctor. But do people...
You give an apple to the teacher.
Do people still do that?
Give apples?
Yeah, to the teacher.
I'm sure they give other things, right? Don't people
Yeah,
give...
Amazon gift cards or something.
Amazon gift card. That's what you should really give your teacher.
Starbucks gift card? That's a good
I want
one.
the origin story of why an apple to the teacher. I want to know where. I'm going to go back and look it up, where it came
Do teachers not like doctors because apple a day keeps the doctor away? Why are we doing this?
Right.
Anyway, go on.
Okay, entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino, because you know we're going to have to talk about it again. And Bob, I'm going to give you one last chance to dance. Are you ready? I'm going to give you one last chance to tell me, what do you think is going to do better this year? Spider-Man Brand New Day or Avengers Doomsday?
Given light of the new circumstances.
Mad boring. I don't know. Okay.
Well,
I mean,
I'll give you some info to really help your decision. Earlier this morning, we shared that the new Spider-Man was the second biggest opening in the U.S. in box office history for the domestic box office, coming in behind Avengers Endgame. Well, just about an hour ago, Spidey dethroned Avengers, and it's officially #1.
Dr. Banner?
No banner. Only Hulk.
How about that? In 2019, at the domestic box office, Avengers Endgame earned $357 million. And after this weekend, Spider-Man Brand New Day getting $3 million more, earning $360 million.
Wow.
This is really an important story because it just goes to show that while Spider-Man is one of the Avengers, he is, I think, no contest, one of the most popular characters.
Oh, absolutely.
Superheroes in the MCU.
But let me ask you this: like, what changed? Because the previous Spider-Man
did really well.
Spider-Man movies, it did well,
very well,
but not that well.
It did very well. The top 5 right now is basically just Spider-Man movies and the Avengers. Infinity War, Endgame, and then the 3 Spider-Man movies.
I also think like the special effects have gotten that much better, and then so it looks incredible, and I don't know. It's just like the Marvel universe is expanding that much more.
Why would they ever stop? Why would they ever
stop?
stop given the?
And it helps 2 studios because this is the one superhero movie in the MCU that's a combo of Marvel and Sony. Sony takes 3/4 of that box office, and Marvel gets 1/4 of that box office haul. So basically, Marvel just made $250 million this past weekend. you know, sharing in that global box office success. When Stan Lee was creating Spider-Man, he was wanting to create a new superhero. He was looking at the wall and he saw a fly on the wall and he said, wouldn't it be cool to create a superhero that can stick to walls? And he was, you know, thinking of names. He goes, Insect Man, Mosquito Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Although I would love to see Mosquito Man.
Mosquito Man, right?
I found out when my nephew visited me, so I'm not on TikTok that much, but he loves Spider-Man and he can do flips and things like that. He has a whole Spidey suit and everything and is on TikTok and he's gone kind of viral.
Your nephew?
Yes. For being able to like
throw his at. What's his name?
Ultimate Spidey.
What's his name?
Maddox.
Okay, just at Maddox.
Ultimate Spidey on TikTok.
Okay, I'm gonna follow.
But he does like the flip with a Spidey suit and everything, and then I'm like, okay, like he's got brands and everything coming after him and everything because he just
bring him in. Bring him in. When he was here visiting you, you should have brought him in.
I should have. Yeah, we were busy.
Did you see it? Was it in West Hollywood where the guy was hanging upside down and people were doing the Spider-Man, like lining up to do the Spider-Man
outside of
kiss?
Barney's Beanery, hanging upside down, charging people to do the kiss, the famous upside down kiss. I don't know.
The cold sores of it all. Anyway, Samara.
He doesn't do that.
I'm following him.
Maddox DeCastro?
Yeah.
Is he the more famous DeCastro now?
Oh, maybe. Ultimate Spidey. I'm following him right now on TikTok.
He probably follows all of you, I'm sure.
More on that. And to this, Good Daily Traffic is sponsored by law offices of Jacob M. Ronnie and calljacob.com. Unfortunately, we do have this really serious crash, a fatality-involved collision, solo vehicle, and that vehicle did catch fire. A lot of activity at the scene there, eastbound side of 60 at Indiana Street. So just a heads up, your ride's going to take about 9 miles an hour behind that crash. Give yourself extra time if that's part of your commute at this hour. Real-time traffic leaving downtown to get to Santa Monica. It's going to take you a little over half an hour. Not too bad. Northbound 110 from 405, just 23 minutes. And a live Caltrans camera look. This is going to be the northbound side of the 405. A little hint of, I would say, congestion. Meanwhile, the southbound side moving along pretty nice at this hour. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
A good day LA weather is brought to you by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. A live look outside. We've got just a few patchy clouds, mainly along the coast, but this is a look towards Century City. And, well, you can kind of tell it will be hot again today. We have had the same weather conditions with this big dome of high pressure really in control of our weather, not just for practically the entire month of July, but now moving into August. We do start a new month this week, and this past weekend we started August 1st, but we're going to look at high pressure to continue. Of course, heat alerts continuing as well. The exception is along the coast. If you are at the beach, you're experiencing just a little relief from the sea breeze. Otherwise, the farther inland you go, the hotter it is. Of course, extreme heat warnings with those triple digits out towards the Coachella Valley particularly, and into the desert communities. 2 to 4 feet for those surf heights for LA County beaches. So surf has come down a little bit, 1 to 3 feet. Ventura County, Orange County, San Diego. Those temperatures on the sand actually quite similar to water temperatures, getting as warm as the mid 70s. So really refreshing with that 76 degrees expected for some of our coastal areas. 91 degrees for downtown LA today, maybe stepping down a couple of degrees tomorrow, or rather Wednesday into Thursday before it warms back up for the weekend. 102 in the valleys in the Inland Empire. We've got a little more humidity coming our way as we get to next weekend with a chance for some showers. You can see mountains 88 today in Big Bear, and then that 20% chance for some monsoonal moisture this weekend. 106 in the high desert areas, and of course hotter in the Coachella Valley. If you're headed to Palm Springs, 114 expected there later this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Our next guest, good friend of the show, retired homicide lieutenant from the LASD, who worked on and solved a lot of cases.
But one case in particular stands out, and this is a case that led authorities to one of LA's most notorious serial killers. In the mid-'80s, a series of break-ins across Los Angeles resulted in several rapes, murders, and other assaults. On the surface, they were unrelated, but Gil Carrillo helped piece together the fact that they were connected, and eventually had a trail of evidence that led to Richard Ramirez, a.k.a. the Night Stalker.
Ramirez was convicted of 43 charges, including 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. More than 40 years later, it is a case that people are still fascinated with. One person who still talks about it is Gil. He's part of a panel that will discuss the Night Stalker case. Dinner and dialogue, an evening inside the Night Stalker investigation happening this Saturday in Commerce. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What do you think it is, more than 40 years later, that fascinates so many people about this case?
I had no idea there were so many people out there that were into true crime. I was never into it because I was working it. But having traveled all over the U.S. and other parts of the other countries, there's a true fascination just for people that want to follow true crime. And this was a fascinating case, very unusual case, and one that has been duplicated since it happened, and one that hadn't been documented in history, in all of criminal history.
This is a true crime aficionado right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, listen, I've watched many a documentary where you've sat down and you've been interviewed and you've talked about the case for many years now. How old were you when you first got assigned to
I
this?
was assigned, I got transferred in a homicide bureau. I believe I was 35 years old at the time. I was the youngest guy up there for about my first 7 years. The guys in bureau called me the kid.
So is it true that when it all started and then some of these crimes started happening and you were among the first that said, wait a minute, all of these things might all be connected, and people didn't believe you within the department?
In the beginning, yes. It wasn't one of few. I was the only one that believed it was one man. And then I had a couple of guys, the guy that broke me in homicide, Don Garcia.
But what were the things that you thought connected them? Because what's strange about it is like the victims were they were old, they were young, they were male, they were female, they were rapes, they were murders, it just ran the gamut.
That's exactly what made the case so difficult, and that's why people did not believe in me, because nobody in criminal history had ever done what I was alleging one man was doing. World-renowned psychologists out of New York and one out of UCLA said, these guys are full of hot air. You know, there's no way that one man was doing it. I owe so much of this case to the knowledge I gained at Cal State LA by a professor by the name of Robert Morneau. And Bob, I took 2 semesters of advanced criminal investigation pertaining to sex crimes, and he his famous line was, any reasonable and prudent sex crimes investigator would take note of these things that the average investigator wouldn't. And so there were things that were popping up that in the first instance where he's walking up, point shoulder, going to shoot somebody, and he liked to see fear in their eyes. And if this is a sexual deviant, well, then that fear that he's getting out of them,
that's an arousal for him.
That's an arousal. That's a motivator for him. That's foreplay. And so that turned him on. And so I saw that. Then when I saw the physical descriptions being put forward by Maria Hernandez, one of our first surviving victims, and then some child abductions, then this shoe print that came into effect.
Right.
Where it was,
and you kept seeing that same shoe prints at every scene.
And the shoe print, when they finally bought on, let's get somebody on it, and we put somebody on it, and I could tell you without equivocation, January 9, 1985, 1,356 pair, model 440 of Via, size 11.5. Entered New York for distribution throughout the U.S., of which one pair ended up in the city of Los Angeles.
Wow.
That shoe print is printed in your brain.
Oh, it is.
Right now.
You know, when you're a kid, somebody said, count sheep jumping fence. I was counting shoe prints going.
You had to have seen, you know, at some of these crime scenes, some pretty horrific stuff. How do you, as a father, how do you turn that off? Can you turn that off?
Yes, you can. It's kind of like a doctor. The analogy I use is a doctor sees surgeries and, you know, he does things. A gynecologist looks at these things every day and doesn't get aroused. It's all very scientific to them.
Yeah.
Well, these cases,
Clinical
what would
for
be
you.
blood and guts to the average person is very scientific to me, and I'm reading it and looking at it and studying it, and it's actually, without words being verbalized, it's talking to me, and it's giving me something to go by. Only when it came one murder of a 13-year-old boy bothered me, and that was because it reminded me so much of my son, on how they killed him and how he ran, and they caught up with him. And other than that, I had a good family support system, and I had good friends.
It happened more than 40 years ago when we brought up the idea of bringing you on the show to talk about this event that you're going to be doing. People lived through this, and they remember it, and people started recalling what it was like to live in Los Angeles during that over a year when it truly terrorized people in Los Angeles.
Oh, it did. And I tell you that on social media, the flyer went out just that we were going to do it, and it was new. Nobody knew. Nobody had ever tried this before. Nobody had ever done this before. It was coming up on the anniversary of his arrest, which was August 31st, and the idea floated out there, and they said, would you be willing to go along with this? And I said, sure. So they put it out on social media, and since that time, I've received so much response, so many respondents saying, it was horrible. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And my parents still talk about it and how hot it was and where we had to sleep. And so I'm seeing a lot of this reoccur, and a lot of people saying, I can't wait to go down and see it.
You know what's interesting to me is that Richard Ramirez got a lot of fan mail in prison, a lot of interest from women in prison. Didn't he get married?
Yes, he did.
In prison? So what walk me through the psychosis there, because it's not only him. It's happened with multiple people who've committed horrible things.
You know, Richard asked me at one time, and we had I would call it a good working relationship. He called me Gil, I called him Rich. And he asked me one day, Gil, why do you think I am the way I am? Why do you think's going on? And I just told him, Rich, I can't answer that. If I could answer that, I'd be a doctor making a lot more money than I am as a cop. My job is but to gather the facts and make the presentation and find you guilty. I have no idea what drives these women. Some people say, what drives you to become a follower of Satanism? What drives you to go to Jonestown, you know, through the massacres over there? All I know is it isn't me, and I have no idea what makes them tick.
We may never really know. Right. While we have you here, because one of the last times we spoke with you was during the Nancy Guthrie case.
Yes.
And I remember you specifically saying, you said, this case will be solved.
Yes.
This case will be solved. Here we are 6 months later.
Yes.
We don't have a suspect. Now that it seems like agencies are like pointing fingers at each other, or who bungled this case, what went wrong here. Do you still think that this is a case that is going to be solved?
There's no doubt in my mind it still will be. When I was a lieutenant up at Homicide, 2 of my investigators picked up an old case from 1957, I believe, and it was a shooting down in the South Bay area where an officer from El Segundo Police Department got killed. And it was 40 years later that the thing was solved, and they arrested the guy. He came back out here. They flew him back out here from the Midwest someplace, and he just pled guilty, so he didn't have to go through any of it. So it's going to be solved. A case that big is not going to go away. Some young investigator is going to pick it up after these guys are gone, or somebody's going to get arrested that has inside knowledge of what went on, and they're going to want to deal. And they'll deal it out.
Right.
And so that there's no doubt. They have some very, very smart minds, and yes, they may have said, and I wasn't there, that there were mistakes made in the beginning. That's the same thing that they said about John Benet Ramsey. But I believe it's still solvable.
That's just a matter of time, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Patience, and that's one thing you have to have as a homicide investigator. Everything goes slow.
That's right.
It's always great to see you.
Thank you.
Gil.
Oh,
if you want to be part of this, he's part of that dinner and dialogue. It's an evening inside the Night Stalker investigation. You're going to hear personally from Gil's stories here. This is happening this Saturday in Commerce. For information on tickets or more information, go to stevenssteakhouse.com.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Gil.
Thank you.
Good morning. welcome to your Monday and welcome to August.
I know.
Yeah.
It's flying by.
Here we go. I know.
School's starting already for some school districts.
I can't.
And we're not even going to talk about it. We're not ready for it.
Let's take it one step at a time, right?
Well, ready or not, here it is. Literally, Samad and I were just saying the exact same words. It's August. Cannot believe it. But yes, most of the year pretty much gone, and we are back to that routine, hopefully very soon. We've just got to get the sleeping schedule right. We do have the cloud cover and the onshore flow with us outside, mainly along the coast. We've got some very patchy clouds and a little bit of a sea breeze, which is nice if you are closer to the beach. However, if you are inland, you're feeling the heat already in San Bernardino. It's nearly 80 degrees. So the kids back to school, please, if they haven't left already, which is 9:01, I'm sure they're there already, make sure they have a lot of water for this heat. 91 in Palmdale. It's 75 in Ontario. Same for Corona. 74 in Huntington Beach. 98 already in Palm Springs. 81 in Big Bear. And it's up in the mountains where it's going to be 88 degrees. A lot of people don't have air conditioning. So remember the things we talked about, how to stay cool, limit those physical activities that you had planned for the early morning hours or evening. 114 in the low desert today. That's extremely hot. So those extreme heat warnings are still in effect, along with the heat advisories for some of our inland areas. Valleys, Inland Empire, 102 today. 91 again for downtown LA, well above average to the upper 70s along the coast. We'll talk about some climate data for the month of August. We'll talk about the extended outlook when I come back. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you two.
All right, Maria, thank you.
LAPD detectives searching for answers this morning after a man was found shot to death in the middle of a street in Van Nuys.
Mario Ramirez live in Van Nuys with the very latest on this investigation. Good morning, Mario.
Sandra, Roxia, police are still looking for a gunman at this hour. It was a resident who called 911. She was looking for a parking spot, found the body, and actually thought it was a prank, some sort of prank, until she saw blood. And you can see here along Murrieta near Hart Street, that's the general area where the body was found, the victim's body, now with the LA County Medical Examiner's Office as we're waiting to get more information. Let's go to the video here that shows the scene overnight. It was just after 2 o'clock this morning. Officers were dispatched to what was initially reported as a possible stabbing after a person driving through the neighborhood looking for a parking space found a man lying in the middle of the street and called 911. But when officers and paramedics arrived, investigators did determine the man had actually been shot multiple times and died on the scene. The victim hasn't been identified. Police say he's a John Doe, possibly a Hispanic male. Detectives, meanwhile, recovered multiple shell casings. They also found a toolbox about 50 feet from the victim, but right now they don't know if it has any connection to the case. We talked to a neighbor who says this is very unusual here.
I'm very surprised that this happened. Honestly, it's very, very surprising. I know there's a lot of construction workers, plumbers that work around here. So honestly, I'm just praying and hope it's no one that we know of, because my dad has a lot of friends that are construction workers, mechanics, things like that. And I know that they do park their trucks around here. So I'm praying to God it's not one of them.
At least 2 residents tell me they heard 3 to 4 gunshots ring out just before 1:30 this morning. The body, again, found within the next 40 minutes, according to police. And I talked with Lieutenant Guy Golan with the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division this morning. He says homicides across the city are down to some of the lowest levels seen in the last century, but says cases like this still deeply alarming when they do happen. And he's also confident that they'll be able to determine what led to the deadly shooting. Back out here live so far, no suspect description, no weapon recovered, and investigators haven't released a possible motive. And we've seen plenty of those neighborhood watch signs here in this area. Anyone who has surveillance footage or knows anything about what happened here, they're being urged to contact the LAPD. For now, live in Van Nuys, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you, Sandra and Araxia.
All right, Mario, thank you for that update. And happening today, prosecutors are expected to announce charges in a fatal kidnapping in Chino Hills. Jian Quan Bo was arrested after this shocking incident, which was caught on camera. Security video showing the apparent captured the moment, or the video capturing the moment Bo's brother shot into a trunk of a car, leading deputies to open fire, killing him. 60-year-old Shakir Aikuber was found dead inside that trunk. Investigators theorize the suspects cut the power to Aikuber's home Wednesday night, then grabbed him when he came out to investigate. Authorities have not discussed a motive, only saying the shooter and victim knew each other through a prior working relationship.
New details in a deadly mass shooting at an Idaho In-N-Out on Saturday. Investigators believe the suspected shooter, 24-year-old Chad Williams, acted alone. They say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. In all, 3 people were killed, including an employee. 7 more injured. 2 remain in critical condition. Police credit an off-duty state trooper and an unarmed citizen for both firing back and preventing further casualties. Witnesses say they were scared for their lives.
As I was running, I faced the shooter head on, and he pointed the gun at me, and I ducked behind a white car just to have some sort of coverage.
He popped one shot at the vehicle, and that's when I ducked down, told my 2 little brothers to duck down.
Police are now working to determine the shooter's motives.
Resources from Southern California have been sent to eastern Washington state to help with the fast-moving wildfires there. More than a dozen fires are burning in and around Spokane, prompting mandatory evacuations and a declaration of emergency from the governor. This is video of the Old Trails wildfire in northwest area, and at least 600 structures in eastern Washington have been destroyed by the fire. About 60,000 people have been evacuated. California Complex Incident Management Team 1 of those 2 California-based teams is responding to the incident.
Hundreds of people living in Boyle Heights suing Lineage Incorporated over that massive June warehouse fire. Residents saying the toxic smoke, the chemicals forced evacuations, damaging homes and causing health problems like coughing and wheezing. The new lawsuit is filed by people in Boyle Heights, East LA, the City of Commerce, and Montebello. Officials believe the fire may have started during a rooftop solar panel testing. Lineage faces a deadline, which is coming up next Friday, August 14th, to finish cleaning up the site. As of Friday, Lineage says that crews have cleared more than 63% of the 85 million pounds of food that was stored inside.
As the Dodgers chase a historic three-peat, they had eyes for just one trade target over the weekend, and they got him. A 2-time defending champions traded for Tigers ace and 2-time Cy Young Award winner Tarik Skubal, adding to their already loaded rotation. He joined the dugout to meet the team yesterday during the team's game against the Boston Red Sox. Skubal has been the ace of the Tigers rotation for a few years now. So far this season, he's 7-5. The 29-year-old will bolster what is now arguably the best rotation in baseball, which includes Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and Shohei Ohtani. Here's how the Dodgers clubhouse reacted to the blockbuster trade.
Obviously, we were of the mind to be aggressive and try to get a deal done. I mean, we were of the mind to be aggressive for one player. This deadline, unfortunately, we were able to line up.
Obviously, you can feel the energy, the excitement, you know, the buzz, and this was a different year in the sense that it was Skubal or nothing.
Tarik Skubal will take the mound for the first time in Dodger blue tomorrow in a road game against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field.
All right.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. By the way, welcome back, Maria.
Oh, thank you. It was a great weekend in hot Texas, coming back to hot LA, that's for sure. And back to the traffic conditions. Yes, Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. And we do have some traffic out there. I know it's back to school already for some of the kids, so we are seeing more volume, and certainly we did see that earlier this morning. Here's a live look at one of our traffic cameras, and it is busy here on the North 57. This is at Rolling Hills. You can see the northbound side is actually not too bad, but the southbound side definitely seeing some traffic there. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA. Westbound 10, this is going towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405, 32 minutes. That's actually not too bad. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 23 minutes there. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, just 32 minutes. Now let's take a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. We're off to see
The Wizard.
The wonderful Wizard.
Although the Backstreet Boys were playing there too. still.
Yes, I went to go see them.
I know.
A year ago.
It's a good show, right?
That was a year ago. It was.
Wait, are they? How are they going
They're
back
like
and
in
forth?
and out. I don't know.
That's a big setup now.
Big
Gosh.
setup, but it's bringing a lot of tourism to Viva Las Vegas. Vegas in the summer just hits different.
Yeah,
it's so hot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And by hits different, I mean
you black out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't remember. There you go. It's not the other stuff. It's that. Good morning to you. We have a lot of people that watch us in Vegas.
Well,
that
hi.
stream us in Vegas. My family included. Do you know August actually marks 23 years for me as a Los Angelino?
Whoa.
Yeah, 20. It's my Jordan year. August is the month. Happy August to all of you, or as us Halloween fans like to call it,
Get out of here!
October.
Get out of here!
Because the drinks come out at the end of the month. The fall drinks,
Is that why?
October. It's a thing. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Okay. This got me at first. You know, social media, it's used for many things. Name something social media is used for.
Connecting.
Right.
That's very basic.
Information.
Ideas.
Ideas. It's used for sharing and caring and even being daring when it comes to video warnings, even if it's kind of marketing something else, like SNL alum Anna Gasteyer demonstrated over the weekend.
There's no space on Broadway for this level of bullying and harassment between two fellow performers. I have hired a lawyer to make this stop, and on the advice of my lawyers, I am posting this video because I do need your help. I'm asking if you have also been bullied or hurt by September L. Davis. Please come forward.
So Sandra, you went, oh, wow. Guess what? September L. Davis is a character she plays. And this
Do you think I would have known that?
No.
Okay.
But this is what it means to say you commit to the bit. So September L. Davis is a satirical character who's amassed thousands of followers online. She's got like a curly-haired red wig that Anna Gasteyer wears. And Anna, you know, this is great marketing because Anna has been announced as a new cast member in the Broadway musical Schmigadoon. But her acting was so convincing in this. At first,
seriously,
you know, our friend Lonnie Love goes, at first I was about to throw hands. Like, who's bothering, who's bothering Anna? But it's a character she's played that's a Broadway diva, 5-time Tony winner. And she was trying to make it a relevant bit again because she just got announced as a new cast member of Schmigadoon. But she got your attention, right?
That was good.
Yeah.
She's pretty good at the acting.
She's pretty good at the acting. Maybe she should do it professionally, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good at the acting thing. But this, you know, it brings the conversation back to be careful what you read about and hear about on social media, because if you didn't know and didn't click on September L. Davis's Instagram to see that it was Anna Gasteyer with the picture, then you would have thought that she was being serious and that there really was this person out there. Right.
Do a deep dive on who is this person.
So while we laugh and there's levity here, this is also, with levity comes a lesson. Watch the video all the way through. If she's tagging the person, click on the profile and see who she's talking about.
A lot of lessons.
Lessons in levity.
People, I'm sure, just hear the beginning of it and are already like commenting real
Broadway beef.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it goes. People don't have the attention span. That's what it comes down to. Disneyland fans, here's your chance to own a piece of the park if you got the room. And of course, you got to have
have the budget. The Heritage Auction House will offer up dozens of authentic park props starting on the 16th, including things like banners and trash cans. You want one of those trash cans? Maybe in your backyard.
Oh, there you go.
Are they used?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah. That's why you want it, because it was in Disneyland.
Right. A used trash can, Sandra.
Great. I'm bidding for that.
What do you think, Sandra? What do you think? They just made it custom?
Trash can.
Okay, also all the other things you're seeing, closed rides like Tower of Terror, the King Triton's Carousel. Other items include to decorate the happiest place on earth. The sale will take place during D23 weekend in Anaheim, with bidding already in the thousands for some of these items, like, yes, Sandra, that trash can. If you were curious, the current bid for Tomorrowland trash can is currently $2,300. A used one, again, Sandra.
Better be clean.
No, it still has churros in there.
It's
some soda cups,
expected to
diapers.
climb as we get closer to the auction.
Hey, who wants that
closing.
mummy? Would you bid on that mummy?
Yeah, Halloween's around the corner just for the front
Amanda.
yard.
That's right. It's October after all.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, well, also, happy birthday month, you two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
You go before me. You age before me.
Yes, I do.
Sandra's a Leo and Araxia is a Virgo. I feel like we knew that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
No one needs to know.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quilban. Good day, LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. We've got a live look outside. This is one of our cameras up on our rooftop looking towards Century City, and I see one little cloud. That's about it. Mostly fair skies and sunshine. So you know it's going to get hot pretty quickly this morning into the afternoon. Temperature staying well above normal. Now, the normal for the month of August, since we are welcoming a new month, today, the first Monday of the month, 84 degrees is our typical average for the month. We don't get much rain at all. In fact, 0 on average rainfall. 65 degrees overnight low temperature, and we're not expecting any rain until perhaps this weekend for the mountains and deserts. The monsoons is really the source of moisture for us, if we get any at all during the summer months. But we have been just locked in this weather pattern, high pressure, this big dome of high pressure, really in control of our weather here across the west and the southwest. It's going to stay put. It'll wobble a little bit as we get into the next couple of days, maybe allow that sea breeze and the onshore flow to keep us nice and a little more comfortable anyway if you are closer to the coast. But inland is still going to be plenty hot. And then as that high kind of sort of builds back towards the end of the week, Friday into the weekend, we'll tap into a little bit of this instability and humidity. So a chance for some showers for the mountains, deserts, increasing to about 10 to 20% as we get to the end of the week and the weekend. In the meantime, today, we've got triple digits out in the Central Valley. Fresno, 108. Same for Bakersfield. Indio, 117. That is hot out towards the Coachella Valley. Meanwhile, Inglewood, 82. A little bit of that sea breeze influencing your weather. Forecast highs for Ontario today, 98 degrees with that extreme heat warnings in effect. And then we'll step it down a little bit, I think, till midweek, 94, and then back up to the upper 90s as you get to the end of the week and this upcoming weekend. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. We know it's still summer, but for holiday fans out there, the countdown is already on to Winterfest OC. It's launched the Christmas in July sale with tickets available now at the lowest prices of the season. We have to ask fast. The promo runs through August 5th, just a few more days. The annual favorite returns to the Orange County Fairgrounds for year 12 with holiday lights, real snow, ice skating, rides, and of course, the big man himself, Santa. Organizers say more experiences will be announced soon, so grab your discounted tickets while you can.
How
do you like that?
Yeah.
It bypasses Halloween.
I know. I don't like that.
Christmas.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I want to get to
Now
Halloween.
you know how it
Sandra,
feels.
before you go on, I want you to say 3 nice things about Halloween.
There's the
Candy, decorations.
Kids have fun. Kids, it's for the kids.
So rude. So is Christmas. You guys, that stuff gives me anxiety. Like, stop, knock it off.
Halloween, right?
Yes. No, and that what you just did, all of it. Just stop. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the Powerball. The Powerball jackpot has climbed over $748 million. How does that sound?
Yeah, get your ticket.
That leads us to the poll question of the day. If you won the Powerball, what's your first move? Let's see. 51% of you pay off debt. Okay, very responsible. 28% of you retire early. I like that. Go shopping, only 9%. Book a vacation, 12%. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Can you do 2 simultaneously?
Yeah, why
Can
not?
you like pay off bills,
You could do it all,
but then book your
actually.
vacation?
Yeah, do it all for sure. Tanya San Bernardino says, I would fax my resignation. LOL, I'm out.
Fax is still a thing?
I don't know, I guess.
A fax machine? Okay, Stephanie from Highland says, debt-free is the American dream. I used to work for an accountant who said to blow $2 million off your winnings to get it out of your system, and then after that, sit down with a financial planner.
That's $2 million. What are you going to do with the $2 million?
I mean,
something big.
The world is your oyster. Yes, Stephen in Ontario says, definitely paying off my debt. Vacation is in 43 days. Already do enough shopping, and retirement is in February. So there you go. Where's your
Doing
vacation?
everything, huh?
Yeah.
Tamara from Kernville, I would clock in just to say hello and peace out. No, I just added that. I'm going to send you a postcard from Antigua. LOL.
Wow. Where would you go? Like, where's your dream destination globally? Is it Tahiti?
Tahiti.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
The
for
Maldives for me.
I go to Japan.
I want to go to Japan
easy.
too.
Let's just do that girls trip. Let's
Manifesting
go.
Japan.
Yes.
Let's go to Japan. We'll be right back.
I like that.
Taking a look at our top stories this morning, a driver looking for a parking spot in Van Nuys finds something terrifying instead, a body in the middle of the road. It happened just after 2 a.m. at Marietta Avenue and Hart Street. Neighbors reported hearing gunshots. Detectives are canvassing the neighborhood for surveillance video. So far, police have no suspect description or motive.
Firefighters are battling a wildfire near Spokane that has destroyed more than 600 homes and forced the evacuation of more than 60,000 people. Today's forecast calls for cooler temperatures and lighter wind, which may help firefighters with the blaze that is 0% contained at this time, with about 13 square miles burned. The good news so far, there's no one that's been hurt and no one is listed to be missing.
Todd Blanchett back on track to become Attorney General after 2 Republican senators dropped their opposition. They've been holding up the nomination after a controversial deal tied to President Trump, including a proposed fund for Trump allies and questions about IRS audit protections. Blanchett agreed to scrap the fund and put in writing that the audit provision applies only to past tax matters. So now his nomination is expected to move forward.
The San Bernardino City Unified School District, California's 9th largest district, starting its new school year today.
Rachel Aragon live at Pacific High School, one of the district's more than 70 school campuses. What's the vibe, Rachel?
So much excitement, of course, for the first day of classes. I'm going to introduce you to one of the most beloved teachers here at Pacific High School. This is Mr. C.J. Eastwood. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to brag a little bit. You were named the Social Studies Teacher of the Year this year.
Yes. Kind of a surprise to me, too. Yes.
You're a favorite here, and among us are some juniors and seniors because you teach AP classes here at Pacific High School.
AP U.S. History and AP Government/Economics, yes.
This is a really college preparatory focused high school. Tell us about that. I see a lot of universities, some inspiration flags. What's the goal here and focus in this particular classroom?
So, yes, it's on college, but it's more about becoming. Right? Who am I? What's my place in society? How do I fit in? How am I a positive contributor? So focus more on that. So yes, college is there. And it is a focus in the sense that we want them to be the best possible they can. But it's more about becoming.
And you guys also focus on career as well here, a lot of technical skills. When it's the first day of class like today, Mr. Eastwood, what is the message and the vibe that you're going to give to these students today?
That's a good question.
Students are waiting for it, I can tell.
I know. No, because there's things you want to say that you don't want to say. But it's keep things positive, right? In other words, make sure all your options are still available to you. That's the biggest thing.
And we were showing viewers today the campus. There's some new facilities here that are just stunning. A new library, I believe a new performing arts. Tell us about that.
So, about 3 years ago, they started with the modernization and the reimagining of the campus. This building we're in is only a year old. It's for biomedical. I just happened to be here. Absolutely beautiful facilities with the technology, with the sound, the design. It's beautiful.
And it's the first day of class, so I have to check in with some of the juniors and seniors today. So we're going to ask one of the juniors here, not to put any pressure, but favorite thing about Mr. Eastwood's class?
I would say my favorite thing about Mr. Eastwood's class is this isn't a regular class. So when he asks you a question, he doesn't want you to think just a plain answer. He wants you to think very philosophically and deep about every topic and every issue.
Absolutely. I want to ask you guys right here. First day of class, excitement, nerves. What are you feeling right now?
Honestly, I'm ready for the new year. It takes a lot of discipline to get to where you want, and honestly, it does take reflecting to realize that I am on the right track. This is something that I do want to do. So the amount of work that's needed to get to somewhere where you want to be, especially in this class, takes a lot of work to think about it.
And yourself?
I'm also excited for the school year because I'm excited for new beginnings for me. It's new beginnings, yeah.
Very articulate juniors and seniors here. But you have a great class, Mr. Eastwood. Let's wrap this up and tell people again kind of what you're focusing this year for curriculum, for students, anything you want to impart on these students this year?
Yes, civic engagement. Actually, it's teaching, so we don't skip the standards, we teach the standards, but we teach it through actual participation doing things out in the community, things of consequence, being a part of the different service groups that we have, whether it's doing research or actually going out and being a part of food pantries, things like that.
All right, well, thank you so much. 1,400 new students coming in, or 1,400 students overall, to welcome this school year at Pacific High School. We're going to show you guys more of the campus throughout the morning. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Quite an incredible classroom.
I know.
We were commenting about the lights and the atmosphere and all of the technology they have there.
I know, it's really
cool.
Impressive.
Very different than when I was in high school, right? Stunning.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, a few restaurants have been part of LA's history, quite like Cantor's Deli.
Yeah, today the family-owned restaurant celebrating 95 years with the throwback deal. Joining us now to discuss all that, Cantor's co-owner Mark Cantor. Good morning. How are you? Congratulations, by the way. This is amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
So what are you holding in your hands there? It looks yummy.
I got me a pastrami sandwich on rye bread that we bake here on premises. Actually double-baked rye bread with mustard, crunchy good coleslaw with a special recipe, and a chocolate chip arugula cookie with cream cheese in the dough, and a homemade pickle which we make here on premises.
Wow. All that for how much?
95 cents tonight, 6 p.m. till midnight.
Wow.
At the Fairfax location only.
What a deal. 95 cents for all that. What a great anniversary deal. What an incredible run you've had. What's the secret to your success? Obviously, the pastrami.
Well, obviously we do deli well, you know, matzo ball soup, potato pancakes, those types of items, cheese blintzes. But in 1948, when we moved to Fairfax, we actually became a diner too. So throughout the 50s and 60s, you know, really a lot of people were coming all night long for the diner and the deli. So you're getting a little bit of both. We're a famous diner and a famous deli. Now, as far as deli goes, you know, delis are disappearing because it's very difficult and takes a lot of labor and food costs and effort and nuances to run a deli properly. But, you know, we're an institution. We've been here a very long time, 3 generations. My grandfather put in about 50 years. My dad put in 65 years. Me and my sister are here. I'm here already 44 years. My cousins are involved. My kids are involved. You have to be here day to day and keep an eye on it. Also, our employees have been here. Some of them, believe it or not, one of them is here 61 years.
Oh, my gosh.
But many of them have been here between 30 and 40 years. So they know what to do, and it's a routine, and we know our customers.
But that's a testament to you and how you treat your employees, and that there's such longevity there, that they've stayed for all of those years. It's probably really like a family.
It is just like a family. When I come here 7 days a week and we take care of things, and together we're teamwork. We run a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, you know, there's something special about these types of family-owned businesses, but also you point out the fact that you're there 7 days a week. You really have to be on top of it. It takes a lot of work, a lot of heart to do what you do. When you fell into the family business, was it just a given, or was this something you actually wanted to do?
I actually, from the summer of the 11th grade, my dad put me to work as a busboy. Soon I found myself as a fry cook, line cook. Then I was in the deli. My dad hurt his back for a couple of months and he was out. And when he came back, he said, okay, I could die in peace. Because he saw that there was passion, you know, not just, you know, a summer job. We're here for life. It's in our blood. So you know, that's what we do. We're proud of what we've done, and our goal is to keep it going.
Well, that certainly shows the pride in what you do, the fact that you've had every job under the roof right there and have made it such an institution. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You know, diners like yours, places like yours, that was back in the day where you had to go to get a nice cup of coffee, right? Like before the Starbucks days, you would go to a diner for a good cup of coffee.
My dad remembers when coffee was 5 cents a cup, okay? Wow. and people would come for, you know, it was all about the coffee, but you build a menu around it. You have good burgers, you have good salads, you have actually vegetarian and vegan options. So you got to move with the times, but keep the classics and just have something for everybody. And you know, in the 60s, you had the whole rock and roll scene, starting with the Byrds to the Doors to Jimi Hendrix to everyone else, and it just, you know, every movie star. We've had 5 presidents we've fed. So, you know, it's just, we've been around a long time doing this.
Yeah. Listen, I appreciate the late night hours because that's where you go after you went out, you know, maybe for some soup.
Yep.
Just talk.
Well,
Right.
Congratulations.
The late night hours, the late night, it used to be when people would go like on a weekend to like a midnight showing at 2 o'clock in the morning. They'd all empty out of canners, but you're not finding midnight shows anymore, and everyone's watching things at home. But they're still getting our food. If they're not coming in, they're getting it online. So, you know, one way or the other, they're going to get to it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Well, to another 95 years, you're doing something right. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your story. Take advantage of that deal right there. 95-cent sandwich deal from 6 p.m. until midnight tonight. Thanks so much, Mark.
Thank you.
Man, if I didn't have to go to bed so early, I would definitely be there. We used to go when I worked closer there to Fairfax. But what an institution, like you said. But what a great deal. 95 cents for all of that. So go ahead and take advantage of it, like you said, everybody. In the meantime, that's one way to stay cool because of the AC in there. But we are in it. We are in the dog days of summer and August. We still have those heat alerts that are going to continue. We have a sea breeze along the coast. That'll help you a little bit with some relief inland, but this weekend heat is coming for us. Mountain desert thunderstorms as well will be back in the forecast. But man, it was hot this weekend. 94 on Saturday, 91 yesterday. Today, similar conditions with downtown LA expected to reach a high again of 91 degrees. Our sunset time coming up at 7:52 later this evening. These are the highs we're expecting today. So plenty of those triple digits inland. That's where we've got those extreme heat warnings in effect in Ontario, San Bernardino, 100 and 104 respectively. 108 in Victorville. Looking at Palm Springs today with that 114. A little bit better in Oxnard, Santa Monica 78 there, but Long Beach 87 to that 79 in Huntington Beach. All right, I'll show you the extended outlook coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Maria. So sometimes a headache is just, you know, a headache, but sometimes it is a lot more than that. And the thing is kind of scary. You may not even know it.
That's right. Brain bleeds can happen to anyone, including one of the men who helped catch the notorious Night Stalker. For more than a week, Gil Correa was dealing with intense headaches and kept thinking they'd go away. But when they didn't, his family convinced him to get it checked out. And it's a good thing because it saved his life. Doctors discovered bleeding on both sides of his brain and rushed him in for emergency surgery.
Oh my goodness. Now here to talk about all that, brain bleeds and so much more, what to look for, retired LASD homicide lieutenant Gil Correa with us, and his doctor who really saved his life, a hero this morning, Bowen Jang, his neurosurgeon at Providence St. Jude Medical Center. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is such an important conversation, and it's pretty amazing that you're doing so well. We have that picture behind us. How long ago was this?
It was on Father's Day, about 5 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh,
Wait,
look at
just
that.
5
That's
weeks
unbelievable.
ago.
Your hair grew back and you would never know it. Okay, let's walk back for a moment. So you had these intense headaches. What else what other symptoms did you notice?
There was, the headaches weren't that, and it was more like an agonizing toothache. You know, it was there, I could feel it. But there the last few days, other people noticed. My wife noticed, some friends noticed. I was slowing down a little bit, my cognitive. The wife asked me one day, why are you driving 15 miles an hour?
Oh.
And I said, well, I wanted to see the trucks that were here. I was looking, and I got on the freeway, and she said, you got home at 55 miles an hour. Huh. The place that we're having a dinner at this coming Saturday, the owner is a good friend of mine, and he told the wife, says, Gil's frowning today, and that's not Gil. You know, so they noticed, I didn't, until I finally just told her it's time for me to get this checked out.
It's a good thing you did. It's a good thing you did. I think sometimes people ignore signs and symptoms.
Maybe
right?
they just write it off, like,
tired.
oh, I'm tired, something I ate, or bad night's sleep. Okay, so Dr. Zhang, when he came in, what did you automatically look for? When someone like this comes with symptoms that are not really precisely clear, right?
When someone comes into the emergency room, usually the emergency room doctor has ordered a CAT scan of the brain. And as soon as the CAT scan was done, it was very obvious that he had a diagnosis of subdural hematoma, which is bleeding on the brain. It's a type of bleed. And that's where there is a bruise, essentially, that's on the outside of the brain, underneath the membrane that's pushing on the brain. In Gil's case, it was bilateral. It was on both sides of the brain, and it was pushing on his brain and squeezing it almost like a raisin.
Oh, wow.
And when people are a little bit older and they have some medical issues, they come in with these vague symptoms, headaches, malaise. They're just not feeling right. Cognitively, the family thinks something's a little bit weird. Subdural hematoma is always on the top of my list.
But what causes this? How did this happen?
The most common cause of this is usually trauma. And we think about someone who's been in a major fall on the ground, they hit their head, or a car accident. But a lot of the times, as people get older, the blood vessels can get more fragile and leaky. So a seemingly inconsequential trauma can also cause slow bleeding that can accumulate over time. In entertainment, the late actor Bob Saget actually passed away from a subdural hematoma. In his case, it was
He
head
hit
trauma.
his head, right?
And he actually passed away very quickly. So in Gil's case, it could be a combination of a lot of stress, maybe a minor trauma he didn't recognize, maybe it was just a leaky vessel. And over time, it just accumulated blood.
Do you remember anything happening to you that could have caused
nothing happened.
Nothing.
Well, you've definitely had a stressful career, so there's that.
And the realities are, when it was all over with, I really didn't care what caused it. They fixed it.
Yeah,
I'm out.
fixed
Let's
it.
go. We got life ahead of us.
Thank God for that. What if he hadn't come in? What if he hadn't come in and gotten it checked out? What would have happened?
He was in a really critical situation. This is a life-threatening problem. And oftentimes people will get worse and worse. Sometimes when patients are so bad that they don't wake up, or they're in a coma and their family has found them, it's too late. And even if we do surgery emergently, sometimes they don't recover nearly as well as Gil has. So I'm really glad that you came into the emergency room and you listened to your body. And honestly, I think your biggest accomplishment is, of course, the Night Stalker case. But really, to me, your biggest accomplishment is solving the mystery of what happened to you yourself. Right? You solved that mystery, you took it seriously, you listened to your body, and you came for medical help.
Yeah, I see you're getting emotional.
It's a good life, and God is good. He brought the doctor into my life, put me back together, and I can go back and enjoy a normal life with my grandkids, and all because of everybody that were supportive through prayer, through the doctor's knowledge, his wisdom. He's a fascinating man, and I'm just grateful for all of it.
Oh, that is so beautiful. How fulfilling it is, right? To hear those words.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is why we do what we do as neurosurgeons. You know, people always joke, oh, it's not brain surgery. Well, it is brain surgery for me. Every day it's brain surgery. But not every day do we see the best outcomes. And it's extremely rewarding to be able to see someone recover from such a major significant and vulnerable part of their life and be here with me today.
And unusual because it was from both sides, right?
Bilaterally.
Yeah. And that just speaks to, well, first, resilience, Gil's resilience as a human being, but also technology. We're now able to do brain surgeries on both sides. I mean, in Gil's case, I had to actually open up the skull, drill a couple of holes, remove the skull, open up the brain, or the membrane that covers the brain, drain the blood and put them back together.
You make it sound so simple. Like you're putting a Lego set together. Unbelievable. How long did that procedure last?
Surgery took about 2.5 hours, and this was, like Gil said, it was Father's Day. It was on a Saturday. I remember it very well because I too have 2 little boys at home. So when they called me, I said, hey, boys, I gotta go. I gotta go and help a patient.
True hero.
And by Tuesday, you're out of the hospital.
Yeah, what a lifesaver. And Gil, I mean, I know you're reflecting now on what happened to you and thinking about your family. Did it give you a new perspective on life and what you want to do now going forward? You've already had such an accomplished career. You've done so much already, but this is giving you a whole different outlook on life.
Well, it has. And unfortunately or fortunately, anything way you want to look at it, 2 years ago I had an emergency in my abdominal area. And I watched a one-man act, the special with Jamie Foxx, where he talked about his surviving and the rehabilitation. And I was in the hospital then 11 days, and he says at the end of his one-man thing is that it wasn't a bad thing that happened to him. It was a blessing because it gave him an opportunity to make more people laugh and go on with life. What happened to me there, and especially what happened to me this past Father's Day, it gave me a chance to appreciate life for what it is and enjoy what time I have left on this earth. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful being around people and friends, and I've never been able to sit down with a doctor like this. It's fascinating.
A new friendship.
Yes, it is.
Lifelong
Absolutely.
friendship has been formed. Your family must be so grateful, of course.
Oh, they are.
Well.
First thing before I left this morning, my wife said, "Don't forget to say hello to the doctor for me."
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for really educating people about the dangers out there, the symptoms you should be aware about. Of course, we want to also mention that Gil is part of Dinner and Dialogue, an evening inside the Night Stalker investigation. So this is happening Saturday in Commerce. He and others will talk about the infamous case. So for tickets and more information, make sure to go to stevenssteakhouse.com.
Gil, thank you so much. Dr. Zhang, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, let's talk about our heat and the temperatures outside. It is going to be another hot one today, very hot as you head farther inland. So definitely try to find ways of staying cool during these days coming up. The surf heights have gone down a little bit, but we look to the southern hemisphere where it is officially the winter season. So these storms are brewing and we're watching some energy coming up as we get to the end of this week and into the weekend. Just in time for some warmer temperatures. We're going to look for some higher surf beginning on Friday into the this upcoming weekend coming in from the south. So just keep that in mind as you plan ahead for maybe some beach time here as we get to the upcoming weekend. All right, let me fast forward my weather here, and I can show you what's going on with the 7-day. The extended outlook will show you that we've got still some of those heat advisories, especially out towards the valleys and the Inland Empire. So please be mindful of the heat and try to find those ways of staying cool, get into some air conditioning because you don't want to cause any of that heat stress on your body. Temperatures on the sand, of course, will have some relief, mid to upper 70s. Surf heights coming down, like I said, 2 to 4 feet there for LA County beaches. Here is our 7 days. 91 for downtown LA today. We step it down a couple degrees or so as we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and then it should warm back up by Friday into the upcoming weekend. You'll definitely notice as you get into the valleys. 102 today, maybe down to 100 on Thursday, and then we'll hang on to that heat and add some humidity and instability as we get to the upcoming weekend. The mountains 88 today, and as you can see, 10 to 20% chance, increasing that chance for some showers in the afternoon and evening hours by the time we get to the end of the week. 106 in the high desert, and then out towards the Coachella Valley, of course, hotter there, 114 there today, and then maybe down to 112 on Wednesday and Thursday. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. A grisly encounter in Alaska when a fisherman got an unexpected companion on a fishing trip. Carter Brown said a mother grizzly bear took a dip in the water while he was running a fishing charter. She doesn't seem to pay him any mind as she forages for food right there behind him.
Oh my gosh.
Even casually eating a fish. Look at that. In the background, there's another bear fishing for food as well. Brown says this is an extreme, unique location where bears and humans coexist, unlike anywhere else in the world. So I guess he knew that this was the spot where he would be okay. He is so calm. He doesn't.
There's no way to know that.
Exactly. Especially if there's any fish in that boat.
In the wild, you can't. Wow. Wow.
Well, look at him. He's so calm.
I know.
That is crazy.
Pretty amazing footage.
I know, I could watch this all day.
Well, we can't. We have to take a break. We'll be right back.
Imagine a grizzly behind you.
morning. Welcome to 10 a.m. on this Monday morning, and happy August.
That's right. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm Sandra Endo, and we continue with a disturbing find overnight in the San Fernando Valley. Police discovered a man shot to death in the middle of a Van Nuys street.
Now, let's go to Mario right now, live there in Van Nuys with the latest on this investigation. What do we know so far, Mario?
Yes, a nearby resident looking for a parking spot found the body around 2 o'clock this morning. It was in the middle of the street here behind me. This is Murrieta Avenue near Hart Street. The victim's body now with the LA County Medical Examiner's Office, but we did learn that the victim was shot multiple times and died here on the scene. Let's go to the video showing the scene overnight. Again, just after 2 o'clock this morning, officers were dispatched here to what was initially reported as a possible stabbing after a person driving through the neighborhood looking for a parking space found the man lying in the middle of the street, called 911, and when officers and paramedics arrived, investigators determined that man had actually been shot and died on the scene. Detectives recovering multiple shell casings, and they also found a toolbox about 50 feet from the victim. We spoke to the woman who called 911. This is what she told us this morning.
I found the body dead. I feel bad he died. I feel bad. He was too young. He died. I was going to park the car over there. And then me and my husband found him. I think it was faking. I don't know. I didn't get off. We didn't get off to what's going on. And then my husband says the body have blood in the head. I don't know. And we went straight to find. We went over there to the street to find the parking. And then I called the police.
Now, at least two residents, several in fact, telling us that they heard 3 to 4 gunshots ring out just before 1:30 this morning, and the body was found within the next 40 minutes. And the woman who called 911 said the victim appeared to be a young guy in his 30s, and so far there's no suspect description. They are still looking for a gunman. I want to bring in Val. She's with her granddaughter here. You live at this home. You do have surveillance cameras. They didn't capture what went on in the street, but no. you got some information from police. What did they tell you about this?
That there was a homicide when they rang the doorbell because they saw I had cameras. So they decided to ring our doorbell and check if I have it on tape, which I did not because it was beyond. It was in the middle of the street, and you can't see beyond this front of the cars.
And they gave you some information about what this guy maybe had been wanted for?
Yeah, my son-in-law said it was a thief. A thief. I guess they took his fingerprints or whatever they were doing. And he told me that they said he's a thief. So, as far as I know, but that was it.
And this neighborhood, how would you describe it? You've been here
very
quite a while.
Quiet. I've been here for over 30 years. Very quiet neighborhood. People look out for each other when they're able to. Other than that, there's nothing much that goes on. You know?
Well, thank you. Appreciate you talking to us this morning. So,
you're welcome.
Police are still asking anyone who might have surveillance footage or knows anything here in this Van Nuys neighborhood to contact the LAPD. For now, live, we'll send it back to you, Sandra and Roxia.
All right, Mario, thank you for that update. Happening today, prosecutors are expected to announce charges in a fatal kidnapping in Chino Hills. Jian Quan Bo was arrested after this shocking incident, which was caught on camera. Home security video appeared to capture the moment Bo's brother shot into a car trunk, leading deputies to open fire, killing him. 60-year-old Shakur Aikaber was found dead inside that car trunk. Investigators theorize the suspects cut the power to Aikaber's home Wednesday night, then grabbed him when he came out to investigate what was going on. Authorities have not discussed a motive, only saying the shooter and the victim knew each other through a prior working relationship.
The suspect in a deadly mass shooting at an Idaho fast food restaurant over the weekend died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police say the shooter, 24-year-old Chad Williams, acted alone during Saturday's shooting at the newly opened In-N-Out in Twin Falls. In all, 3 people were killed, including an employee. 7 more were injured. 2 remain in critical condition. Police credit an off-duty state trooper and an armed citizen for both firing back and diverting the gunman from the restaurant, preventing further casualties. Witnesses say they were scared for their lives.
As I was running, I faced the shooter head on, and he pointed the gun at me, and I ducked behind a white car just to have some sort of coverage.
He popped one shot at the vehicle, and that's when I ducked down, told my 2 little brothers to duck down.
Police say they are working to determine the shooter's motives. Investigators say the suspect's family is fully cooperating with law enforcement.
Hundreds of people living in Boyle Heights are suing Lineage Incorporated over that massive June warehouse fire. Residents say toxic smoke and chemicals forced evacuations, damaged homes, and caused health problems like coughing and wheezing. The new lawsuit is filed by people in Boyle Heights, East LA, the City of Commerce, and Montebello. Officials believe the fire may have started during rooftop solar panel testing. Lineage faces an August 14th deadline to finish cleaning up the site. As of Friday, Lineage says crews have cleared more than 63% of the 85 million pounds of food that was stored inside.
Just another powerful reminder of how powerful the surf has lately been. In Malibu, severe erosion has shut down vehicle access to Point Dume Beach. Check it out.
We actually didn't know we were trying to park here earlier, but we couldn't find a spot.
County crews have closed Westward Beach Road beyond the pay gate after waves and high tides washed away portions of the bluff. Officials say some areas now have steep drop-offs of up to 8 feet. Restrooms are shut down due to damaged water lines, so porta potties are now in place. Officials are urging beachgoers not to cross those caution tape or barriers for their safety.
That's pretty crazy. Like last time we were here, it seemed like the beach was further out, and now it's gone. And that's why the road's closed, evidently.
You can't even drive on the road anymore. And like I was saying, like that thing down there, it's all full of sand, and usually you can't even see anything.
County officials say crews are assessing the damage right now, and at this time there isn't an estimated reopening date.
Developing news out of the eastern Washington area, where fast-moving wildfires have triggered mass evacuations and destroyed hundreds of structures in and around Spokane.
I spoke to the president about what's going on. I spoke in pretty clear fashion about how dire the situation is. He understands that. He knew that going into the call. He expressed his support for what the people are going through out here.
Officials say 3 wildfires are burning out of control. They're being referred to as the Spokane Area Fire. All total, flames have burned more than 7,700 acres. That's roughly 12.5 square miles. As of this morning, officials say containment remains at 0%.
To the people who are suffering right now in our region from either loss or uncertainty, everyone here, our hearts go out to you. We are here for you for the long term.
About 66,000 people have been forced to evacuate, and so far, no one has been hurt and no one has been reported missing. Reporter Sean Chitness from our sister station, KCPQ Fox 13, has a look at one of the neighborhoods lost to the flames.
We're here in the northwest corner of Spokane, just within the city limits. This is near one of the 3 fires that are burning north of Spokane, and you can see up close the devastation that it has done to so many communities and so many families impacted by these fires. This is one of many homes in this neighborhood destroyed by the Old Trails fire. Now that fire is burning just southwest of where we are, but not too far, the Autumn Lane fire and then also the Fairview fire. Together, tens of thousands of people have had to evacuate, and an early report suggests that around 600 homes and other buildings destroyed by these fires. You can see the red retardant in the distance and on the ground here, a sense of the work that was happening to try and save these homes. In some cases, homes were spared. As we often see with these fires, they spare one home and they destroy another. We don't know what it is like for the families in this area because this spot remains a level 3 go now evacuation. Folks have been told not to return to these homes. We have permission as a news crew just to be here so we can show the impact of the damage and the destruction. But this neighborhood, like some of the others we have seen, is another example where on one side you see a home that is destroyed, but if we turn over here to the other side of the street, you get a sense of those who were lucky and may have retardant around their homes. For now, the winds are calm, but the air quality remains at a dangerous level. Another challenge for those who are fighting these fires and trying to assist those who have had to evacuate from their homes. Unclear when they'll be able to return. Reporting in Spokane, Washington, I'm Sean Chitness. Now back to you.
The U.S. Soccer Federation keeping head coach Mauricio Pochettino through 2030 after agreeing to a new deal. The move comes following the men's national soccer team's historic World Cup run this year. Pochettino led the American team to a record number of World Cup wins, marking their first knockout victory since 2002. Under the new deal, he will also help shape youth development, coaching, education, and the future of U.S. soccer beyond the senior national team. Some clarity for the U.S. men on the pitch as they lock in their coach.
Yeah, off the field, though, the leader at the very top of world soccer is reportedly looking to the White House for a lifeline to save his job. According to the New York Post, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has repeatedly tried and failed to reach President Trump by phone. This comes after a controversial plan to sell a multi-billion-dollar stake in World Cup commercial rights. That collapsed on Friday. The proposal drew fierce pushback due in part to possible investors, which included Joshua Kushner, the brother of President Trump's son-in-law, Jared. Reports suggested Infantino was slated to speak to Secretary of State Marco Rubio today, but the State Department says there are no plans for a call.
Capital One Bank says it closed about 300 Trump Organization bank accounts starting in 2021 after a review by its anti-money laundering team. Capital One says it was triggered by transaction patterns that are, quote, among the types of activity flagged by federal banking guidance. The bank made the announcement in response to a 2025 lawsuit from the Trump Organization that claimed the account closures were a case of political discrimination. Capital One denied allegations that politics played a role and added that it is not accusing the Trump Organization of money laundering or wrongdoing.
President Trump says new talks to end the war with Iran are scheduled for today. That follows his decision to back down from his threat of a massive escalation. Doug Luzader has more from Washington.
Now, this has become a familiar cycle, a threat followed by promises of diplomatic progress, but the president says a deal could be imminent. President Trump on his way back to a rainy Washington yesterday, right after dodging what he said could have been a major storm in the Middle East.
Would I rather make a deal? I'm not looking to kill people. Because people die, a lot of people die, and we don't want that. We'll be hitting them very hard.
Just 2 days earlier at a cabinet meeting, he said the U.S. was about to launch major strikes on Iran, but he says other countries in the region, including Saudi Arabia, urged him to hold off.
And the reason they asked is I think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran.
I think what we're seeing here is a president who has an approach to this that's just rather erratic. He says one thing, he does another thing.
Democrats pointed to what they see as repeated rounds of threats and retreats. And while Iran is signaling that they are still hoping to work from the temporary agreement struck between the two countries back in June, that may be an effort to buy time.
You defeat the Iranians by going patience against patience. If you say we want to get this done quickly, they'll just strap in their seatbelts and say, we win by not losing.
Now, in the meantime, the markets seem to like the recent developments, and oil prices dropped overnight. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Some breaking news in the cyclosporiasis outbreak. 2 people in Michigan have died in connection with this foodborne parasite, and medical officials in Michigan say that both victims had significant underlying health conditions that may have been impacted by cyclosporiasis and the accompanying of dehydration. Now, generally, the infection is not considered life-threatening. So far, Michigan has reported more than 11,000 cases and 193 hospitalizations. Cyclosporiasis is caused by a microscopic parasite that can actually contaminate fresh food or water, which can lead to severe diarrhea in those who are infected. The current outbreak has been linked to iceberg lettuce and affected people in 9 states.
All right, turn now to the weather, and looking at this camera that's making its turn a little bit here. This was La Jolla. That was our view in La Jolla, and Okay, we'll try to get it back and show you once more. But we are seeing some very patchy clouds, mainly along the coast. Other than that, we've got mostly sunny skies, and we're going to warm up quite rapidly again today, especially inland first. Along the coast, you'll get some relief from that sea breeze. Otherwise, we are locked into this weather pattern of dome of high pressure, really controlling our weather across the southwest. Right now, depending on its position, really is dictating just some of our temperatures, whether it goes up or down a little tiny bit today, mainly near the coast, as that high kind of pushes to the east just slightly. It's still going to be hot, though, still going to be well above average, and we're definitely in the dog days of summer and certainly the month of August. Heat alerts continue. That high pressure will build back towards Southern California Friday into this upcoming weekend. So it's going to not just bring us more heat, more humidity, but also a little instability and that chance for some showers, monsoonal moisture for the mountains and deserts, 10 to 20% as we get to the weekend. In the meantime, right now, it's already pretty hot in Woodland Hills. It's 81, 79 in Pasadena, 80 in Corona, 84 in San Bernardino. It's 101 in Palm Springs, 82 in Big Bear. As we look at our high temperatures today, we've got plenty of those triple digits. Again, the farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. 114 in Palm Springs, 106 in the high desert, eventually 88 in the mountains. It's going to be hot up in Big Bear as well. 91 for downtown LA, 102 extreme heat warnings for the valleys, Inland Empire to the upper 70s along the coast. We will show you La Jolla right now. See, it's okay. We see the palm trees, a little haze on the shore, but some warm temperatures there as well. All right, I'll show you the extended outlook just a bit, but first let's talk about traffic. Good Day LA traffic brought to you by My Home Sold. And as we take a look at our traffic camera, we're going to zoom into a crash. There's not very many now. There were so many earlier this morning. But here's an accident on the 118 westbound. Not really causing too much of a backup, but if you see it's still there on the side. This was right before Keener Drive in Simi Valley, but it looks okay otherwise. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA. Westbound 10 going towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405. It's really looking good now, 23 minutes. And then that north 110, 405 to the 10, between that anyway, it's stupendous. Look at this, 16 minutes on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5. That's also pretty good, just under 30 minutes there. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
All right, welcome back. Nearly 45,000 Inland Empire students started a new school year in the San Bernardino City Unified School District this morning.
Oh my gosh, it is time. Here we go. Rachel Aragon joining us now from Pacific High School. Good morning. Happy first day.
Hey, good morning. Happy first day. I wanted you guys to soak this in right now because we are at Pacific High School at their transportation building. This is such a unique building experience, hands-on technical training for these students, 1,400 students for the first day of school. And one person here with us this morning is Mr. Sandoval, their instructor. Let's tell viewers and people what hands-on experience students can learn. It's very unique here at Pacific High School.
Yes, this career pathway is called Heavy Medium Duty Truck Technology, and we have a lot of hands experience on this pathway. And we don't just get hands experience in here. We also try to teach them how to work teamwork, how to do teamwork, how to communicate, safety. We focus a lot on safety. We do 10 hours of safety OSHA. We do, basically we cover semi-trucks from bumper to bumper. We do engine diagnostics, engine teardowns, engine rebuilds. The other tires, we also cover tires, air suspension. We basically not just focus on the mechanical, but we also get the students ready to go to the workforce and also to go into a career on the university if they would like to. This is a great pathway.
And very unique to the district and maybe even state of California. As you guys can see right here, they get to complete certificates here to really get them ready for that next step after high school. And speaking of which, we're going to introduce you to one of their star students, Corelli, who's a senior here. And I want to ask you, I mean, this is such a unique experience and hands-on learning. What inspired you to enroll in these classes here?
What mostly inspired me to be in this classroom is my dad, because he's a truck driver himself and he has a business, and also he does a lot of mechanic stuff in the garage. So one day I saw him and I was like, I want to know what tools he used, how to use it. So I kind of did a research and I was like, Pacific High School has this amazing building where I can learn a lot about how to use the tools, what can I do to take the tires out, how to be safe around all these materials. So basically that is what inspires me the most, because I can take my dad company when he retires and I can run the own business.
This woman is smart. That is actually a very good point. And lastly, it has to give you the confidence, right, to go out to the real world. You already know about the brake system, all these things.
Yeah. So every single thing in this class is being covered, air brake system, the voltage resistance and amperage, everything that I need to know in order to run my dad's company is being taught in this classroom. So I think that's the amazing part in this school, is that it teaches you a lot about diesel, and no matter what, you're always doing hands-on activities.
Well, Corelli, thank you so much, and best of you your senior year. We're going to give you one last look at this beautiful facility, but you guys, I have to say, I didn't learn about oil changes and brake systems until my 30s or late 20s, so these students are really ahead of the curve, and they're absolutely career ready. And just, I mean, what a unique experience for these students. When we say hands-on learning, this really is the definition of just that. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
I'm really jealous. Yeah, I hope they appreciate this. I think they do, probably. That's amazing.
It's good to learn how to change your oil, too, at a young age.
Yes, yes.
But everything's going to be electric soon,
Exactly.
so, hey,
Right.
we'll see what happens.
That's a good point. Thank you, Rachel. So as the Dodgers chase a historic three-peat, they had eyes for just one trade target over the weekend. And you know what? You've heard by now they got him.
Of course. The two-time defending champs landed Detroit Tigers ace and two-time Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal, adding to their already loaded rotation. He joined the dugout to meet the team yesterday during the game against the Boston Red Sox. Skubal has been the ace of the Tigers rotation for a few years now. He's 7-5 so far this year. The 29-year-old will bolster what's arguably the best rotation in baseball, which includes Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and, of course, Shohei Ohtani. Here's how the Dodgers clubhouse reacted to the blockbuster trade.
Obviously, we were of the mind to be aggressive and try to get a deal done. I mean, we were of the mind to be aggressive for one player. This deadline, unfortunately, we were able to line up.
Obviously, you can feel the energy, the excitement, you know, the buzz, and this was a different year in the sense that it was Skubal or nothing.
When you get a two-time Cy Young Award winner to be starting for you every single week, it just makes our chances of winning another World Series that much better. It's still baseball. I still got to go out there and play. We get that, but When you can acquire a guy like that, it's huge.
What do you see when you look at him pitcher to pitcher?
You know, I think he's just a guy that's always on the attack with really incredible velocity and stuff. I mean, it's left-handed alone. Like, he might be probably the #1 left-hander in the league, right? So just adding that kind of guy to an already stout rotation is going to be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, what a talent. Skubal will take the mound for the first time in Dodger Blue tomorrow in a road game against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. So how did this trade all happen? Well, it comes down to not just money, of course, which the Dodgers have, but the Dodgers also proving they also have the best farm system in the country. They traded 3 prospects in the deal. Also, President Andrew Friedman was aggressive in his pursuit to get the best player out there, not only to add to the Dodger lineup, but also to take away that talent from the rest of the competition. It's a lot of strategy, and it worked out for them, and we'll see if it works out for a three-peat. That's what we all want, right?
That's what's going to happen. Just keep hope alive. We'll be right back.
Malibu. Do we have Hermosa? The junior lifeguards are doing a pier swim.
Oh, yeah.
Morning. They just finished it.
Let's try to find it.
Congratulations.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good day, LA. Weather is brought to you by the Razavi Law Group. Look at this beautiful view. I love this view. I know where this camera is, right on that rise on the hill, overlooking the bay on the island of Catalina, looking at Avalon and the casino. Of course, a lot of sunshine. There's Hamilton Cove over there on the other side. Lovely time to be on the island, but if you haven't been, you should go check it out. It's just a gorgeous time there. 84 degrees degrees is the average high temperature for the month of August. If you didn't know it, if you didn't turn that page on the calendar, if you still have a calendar like I do, it's a new month. We do welcome the month of August, and it is typically the driest month of the year. We don't get any rain on average. 84 is the high, overnight lows around 65, and of course you know that we have not been near normal at all. In fact, July was definitely well above average, and today will be no difference. We've got an area of high pressure locked in, dominating our weather, giving us those hot temperatures across the southwest. As we look to the end of the week, that high is going to build back a little closer to us, and in that position will bring us not just the heat and even the humidity, but also a little instability, and chances for some showers over the mountains and deserts will return. Otherwise, we've got the heat alerts that are still in place, with the exception of the coastal communities, some of the valleys not having any advisories right now. So not to say that it is cool, but maybe not as hot as it has been, although it will still be quite hot, and the farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. So that's where the extreme heat warnings are in effect. Plenty of those triple digits there, and up into the mountains as well. Really unseasonably hot in the upper 80s today in Big Bear. 108 in Victorville, 106 in Palmdale, 99 in Santa Clarita, 102 in Woodland Hills. A little bit some relief here, a little bit cooler in Santa Monica, 78, 87 in Long Beach to that 79 in Huntington Beach, and 114. Look at that. Palm Springs, where that extreme heat warning is in effect. I'll show you the rest of the forecast in the 7-day in just a couple minutes, so stay tuned for that. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. The iconic Cantor's Deli celebrating 95 years with a really special deal today.
That's right. Joining us now is Cantor's co-owner Mark Cantor to tell us all about this special you're serving up. Congratulations on this big anniversary.
Thank you so much for having us.
So what do you got in your hands? Tell us about the deal.
Okay, so we got a pastrami on rye, double baked rye, which is baked on the premises with mustard, chocolate chip arugula baked in our bakery with cream cheese in the dough, our fresh crunchy coleslaw with a special dressing, and our homemade pickles that we make ourselves here on premises. So you really can't beat this. This what makes it a true deli special is when you manufacture your own food and you're here every day to see it through, because there's lots and lots of nuances.
Yeah.
Otherwise you end up like a liquor store deli if you don't handle things right.
Yeah, no one wants that. Yeah, liquor store deli. Okay, so 6 hours this deal's going on, from 6 until midnight. You guys have enough supplies?
We do. This isn't our first rodeo. We've done this a few times for different milestones. 50 years on Fairfax, 75 in business. You know, different things over the years. And we know a good flow. You know, it's not a problem. We can seat close to 350 people here, and you know, the people are leaving as people are coming, and we're turning them over, and we got plenty of products. So it's not going to be that's going to be the easy part.
Yeah, 95 years, though, is an incredible run. What's been the secret to your success? And it's a huge space, too. So to fill your location is quite a feat.
It is a huge space. You know, it's a footprint from the 50s when people really came out and ate. They weren't getting online food, and there wasn't a lot of things open late at night. So we're really known. And we were famous in the daytime, but really at nighttime with the whole hippie scene in the 60s and, you know, the 70s. Everybody knows that after a club gets out, or Hollywood Bowl, or a movie, everyone's coming to Cantor's one way or the other. I remember the lines going till 2:33 in the morning, sometimes 4 in the morning on weekends. So, you know, it's a lot of space here. And what the secret really is family staying here and running it. You know, it started out with my grandparents just trying to make a living selling sandwiches at 10 cents a piece. You know, back in 1918, 1919. Pickling their own corned beef, making their own pickles, and selling food on a cart till they got enough money with their brothers and sisters, and they opened